everybody. The stream is here and we will start now. Oh, and it's gonna be at least a little bit of casting, and then I'll do some whatever stuff. I got a couple of games set up, and I also need to finish up a little bit of different stuff. I guess I can do that tonight. Let's see what we'll do. Kind of running through all of the replays I have, so either I'm gonna grab some from somewhere else, or not. I gotta do something else, basically. Okay, so here we go. Should have this coming up any moment. By the way, I needed to fix my camera. It's like it got really crazy. I hope it's fixed now. Like, at least for this session it's gonna be fixed, but I hope it's gonna be fixed in the future. I don't got the issues I had in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, let's hop on in. You need just a moment. Those are games from yesterday, which I could not cover. I'm just gonna fill out the gaps from the Pigasaur Cup yesterday. We're gonna do 3 series, so it's not gonna be too many, not too much casting, and then that's it basically. Then I'm officially out of stuff. Pigasaur 60 and something. Okay, so we're gonna do a little of PvT is gonna be today, and I hope you guys enjoy. It's gonna be 3 TVPs, I think. First off, let's get this started, because in the top left here, Winter Madness, gonna be there in a moment. There it is. On the top left of Winter Madness, we are gonna have Cure playing for Team Liquid. In the bottom right, it is Psystorm's MaxPax. MaxPax has been falling off lately a little bit. I feel like he was honestly considered to be partially, like, literally one of the best pros of the world. I still feel like he's very much up there, but he doesn't feel like as sharp, as powerful anymore, as indestructible, as kind of witty. It feels like a lot of people seem to have him figured out, and he just doesn't post as big of results recently. But that might just be a little bit of a phase. The game went through a little bit of patch rotation, so, and since that, MaxPax has been kind of decreasing in power, it seems like, but he's still a very top-end Protoss overall, definitely. Unfortunately, never showed up to LAN, and will probably not change in the future. Yeah. He's gonna go for that probe harassment here. He's gonna find out that this is a 1-Rex expand. We'll need to see what actual units Cure wants to make with this, but there's not too many choices here to be had. On the other side, it's gonna be the core into the Nexus here for MaxPax. He likes to play this a little bit more aggressive, this matchup. So you will see him just make actually the Zealot a lot of times. And then he'll try to go across and pressure Chrono Boost and Adept behind that, sometimes a Stalker. Sometimes he'll cancel the Zealot and then just go into two Adepts, and Chrono those, but it looks like he's gonna get the Zealot. He wants to pressure the command center. So he's gonna rally that across the map here. And Cure went into a Marine, into a Tech Lab. Oh, whoa, there's no factory, so he's gonna make Marauder and Concussive, yeah. That's a special one, okay. Marauder into Concussive. That is very interesting, but that should be designed to actually really catch any early units going across the map. He might even get the Adept if MaxPax waits for the Adept to sync up. I don't think you can get the Zealot across, like, he's not counting to get the Zealot back anyways. It's a sacrificial unit at this stage, and there's no concussive shells yet, so he's actually running, and he's actually getting a nice delay here on this. But there is gonna be the catch on the Zealot, and honestly that Adept needs to turn around. He really wants to delay that command center, and there he goes. He's gonna get this. That's a pretty smart move, I think, and he will get the Marine. And the Adept is gonna get out, because Marauders don't kill Adepts, Adepts don't kill Marauders. It's a synergy that has been part of the game for a long time. And there's gonna be 4 barracks behind this. Oh, Cure is going aggressive. He's going aggressive. He's getting Stim, he's getting 4 barracks. He's gonna make so many units, but this is gonna be such a big delay with so many killed SCVs, so much building time delay here on the command center. He will kill the second Adept, not lose the next SCV here. But that was a very long delay. We see already 8 to 10 workers mining here on the base, and this just finished up. The first guy is gonna start mining now. But MaxPax did, in his amazing harassment, forgo to scout one thing. While he saw the concussives, he never saw the extra barracks come in, and there's gonna be just a bunch of Marauders, which are already walking across the map. Honestly, there's just a Stalker. He might just die. There's gonna be a second Stalker, so I think he should be able to work through this. But he might have to pull some probes here. There's gonna be okay. There's gonna be 3 Stalkers. Yeah, I don't think you can do something here as Cure. And this looks like a mistake from Cure. These early Marauders, this big investment, it's kind of just thrown into the dumpster right now. And MaxPax just going aggressive on this. He might even just not lose 1 Stalker. I guess he will even keep the Stalker alive. That's crazy. And that was a failed aggression here by Cure. So pretty good defense by MaxPax. In the end, you gotta give this to MaxPax. If Cure keeps the 3 Marauders back with this army, I mean, look at this. If this is 3 more Marauders, what a force, right? Against 2 Stalkers? No. Or 3 Stalkers? No. Oh, he will catch these Stalkers though. He has Stim. He will catch the Stalkers. No turning back here. Of course, he also pushed out without Stim. Why did he do that on the Marauders? Like, that was the worst sacrificial move I've seen him do in a long time. Now, he did Stim these units, so they all are hurt. There's no starport with this. There's no factory with this. There's gonna be probably... He makes a bunker. That's a farce. Oh man, the Prism is gonna scout 1 Marine. That could be a scouting Marine. You don't know. You don't know. He's like, alright, I'm gonna catch 1 Marine, but he might just be caught with these 4 Stalkers. We do have Blink, so he might be able to get out. There's gonna be that bunker at home. He's actually throwing down a factory now, so he will try to transition out of this 4 barracks play. What a weird start to a game. This looks like a ladder game, which you do against opponents which are weaker against than you. You just make a bunch of units and kill them. So he's trying to kill as much as he can without Stim. Should put that into the bunker, please. And I think we did hear that Stim here, so this DPS is insane. He's just gonna plow through the Stalkers. He did force a recall, but it doesn't matter, man. It's literally just Stalkers. The Stalkers did not intercept these units, and he's trading so well now. The Prism is there to micro this. He will still lose that 1 additional Stalker because he was kind of sloppy there on the micro at the end. But that was a really good trade for our Terran player, I want to say. He killed a couple probes. It's not that big of a deal, but he reset that Stalker count almost completely. Now, this Observer is going to scout this move out, so he will be able to intercept this and will poke away at this with Blink, how it's supposed to be. But if you're like in a corner with your Stalkers, that's when you lose the fight. Because you don't have that Blink to maneuver anymore. I mean, look at that. Oh, will he lose the Prism? Not enough DPS there onto the Prism. There's no flank coming with this, but man, MaxPax micro is slipping here a little bit. He's not really picking up the units as he should be into the War Prism. And, well, he does make this army overstim quite a bit, but honestly, you can't just go home. He has the starport on the way. Yeah, you can just go home. You don't want to walk into the Colossi with a low HP army here as a Terran. He just walks back, he gets this healed up, and he's gonna have a formidable mid-game. Oh, he already has the stop. He's gonna make a second starport. What? What? What is this build, man? It's like, so he sells the bunker, he's gonna make 2 stop. What is this build? He's going into a 4th command center? 3rd command center, I guess? But he's going 2 starport before 3rd command center. That's crazy. Just because his medevacs are so late, I guess? But he doesn't have the gas to support this anyway, so he gets the second reactor, he gets medevacs and, I guess, Vikings at the same time? Vikings are cheaper now. Wait, now it's like in this patch, I guess. It's been a while, but I haven't seen this build yet. This looks really cool. Should probably, yeah, he's gonna start to make double Viking here on this. This is very interesting, man. I would love to steal this for my ladder sessions. It's 5 barracks, 3 with tech labs, it's very marauder heavy. He has +1 going, should start his +1 armor here, he has the money right now, and then he goes just into the 4 medevacs, and now he goes into mass Viking to counter the Colossi. It's really designed to finish Colossi compositions. Like, this looks really promising here for our Terran player, I want to say. He has, look at that, he almost has no Marines, he has 4 Marines. He's playing this mostly marauder. And there's no Immortals. Marauder Viking. That's his anti-air. And that's his... Ooh, just barely not gonna hit that one. Maxpix trying to go up to a 4th base, but this army has to stop this somehow. He's very split on the map right now. He has a bunch of zealots trying to counterattack. He has a prism going on. There's no SCVs actually being made with this 3rd base, so this looks like an all-in build here. Yeah, he's actually pulling the boys here. And Maxpix, man, he needs to see this. He sees the boys, he runs back immediately. He's like, alright, man, you 3 Colossi, you're gonna do the trick. But little does he know, there's gonna be 8 Vikings in the air here, 9 even, and they're gonna plow through the Colossi like nothing. There's a ship battery trying to keep this alive, they're actually doing a really good job, but this is so marauder heavy, man. The front line has been decimated. He's actually working through the Archons, which is a little bit of a mistake. Is Maxpix gonna be able to hold this one? I don't think so, man. There's nothing to contest the Vikings. There was just not enough front line. The Stalkers were basically the front line for the Colossi, and that's when you know if there's no Zealots, there's nothing to fight the Buyers to keep on killing the Vikings that are shooting the Colossi. And yeah, big splitty from Cure. He's just gonna shoot down all the economy he can. Should probably, wow, snipes to disrupt. That was pretty much last second. He's gonna land the Vikings. Yeah, Maxpix has nothing left, man. What a crazy all-in attack. Crazy build. Someone's crying for attention, yeah. Nah, everything's good. My wife just came back and it's just gonna change the diaper, so everything good. Thank you, though. Very concerned. Just doesn't like to get changed. Alright, next map's gonna be Tourmaline Ladder Edition. Not sure if I like this map, to be honest. I don't like the name for some reason. Ooh. I'm messing this up. Okay. Here we go. So it's 1-0 for Cure. With a crazy build, honestly. And 0-0 for Maxpix. He needs to win this game to have a chance to move on. Now let's have a quick look at this map. I think one thing about this map that was kind of special a little bit is you have this potential. You can go for a 3rd base in the middle, or 4th base even, and you can use this as a pushing ground. And you push very, very fast into your opponent from this point. So I've seen this a lot of times, specifically with Zerg, where they just take this as a 3rd, or even with Terran, and then they just push from there right into the center of your bases. And it's very difficult to stop because the reinforcements are, like, the defender's advantage is kind of weak if the reinforcements are so close. Especially for Terran, who usually has, any race against Terran has like their maximum defender's advantage potential, because the Terran reinforcements just come in so slow, right? But if the Terran reinforcements are just there immediately, man, Terran is actually really difficult to beat. Maxpix again going here for Nexus after the core. And this time we're gonna see a Reaper and a double gas, so it's gonna be a factory. No Zealot this game, is gonna go into that Chrono Boost on the Adept, and it's gonna be a defensive position, so not going aggressive this game. There is your Reaper. The Reaper path, this is like a very quick map actually, it's a kind of a small map. I wanna see these bases, they don't really have anything special, do they? Okay. He's gonna work on the shoot barrier, I don't think he's gonna be able to shoot that one down. Adept coming in here, push the Reaper away. What is this? Grenade? What was that grenade? It's like a grenade on the battery. It's not the old KDA charges, which did like... I mean, they're called still KDA charge, but it's not the old ones, which did like, I don't know, 30 damage against buildings or something, which just threw grenades. Reaper was an insane all-in unit where there was slow speed, but you could do the nitro whatever upgrade to give them speed. I think they're still faster than what they used to be with speed in Wings of Liberty. Now he does have 2 Reapers gonna come in, he's gonna snipe a couple of probes here, man. All of the Adepts are across the map. There's nothing to defend here. Finally a Stalker pops, but this Reaper damage is starting to amount here quite heavily. He still has the Reaper Hellion at home to deal with the double Adept, but he needs to micro that correctly or he's gonna lose a bunch of units. I guess the Reaper did kill one more probe, but then he is kind of leashed onto the Stalker. The Adept did kill... Oh, the SCV! The hero SCV, man! He gets the last shot before the Adept shoots down the Hellion. So he did lose 1 Hellion, I want to say, yeah. And he did lose 2 Reapers on the front line. He killed 5 probes and 2 Adepts. That's a pretty good trade, if you ask me here, for the Terran player. Then we do have the Robo Facility coming behind this. Blink, of course, is on the way. So Maxpix just going his standard route again. He's playing this with 2 gates, it seems, for now, and just wants surely to transition into a 3rd base very soon here. But Cure still has this kind of small mobile army across the map, and is just gonna see if he cannot deny any of the 3rd base attempts. Oh, maybe he's just gonna walk in and say like, alright man. Now the grenade unfortunately does miss a little bit here. He does get a good shot on the initial one on the probe line. He kills a couple probes. He kills 1 more 3. And if he can get, yeah, 2 more, that would be amazing. Ah, that shield was too high. Maybe he can get 1 more shot. No. 4 is still okay. So in the overall he kills like 9 probes in the course of 2 minutes, which is pretty solid in like before the 5-minute mark. So that's a lot of money, but that's also a lot of money that was invested in killing those. So right now he's a little bit flimsy. There's already 5 Stalkers, there's gonna be that Prism, and there's gonna be Blink in a hot second here. There's 1 Banshee going across the map. There's gonna be Cloak. There's nothing against this. There's no shield battery in the main. This could end with a Banshee. There's gonna be at least an Observer, so he can't recall that, but he also needs to recall the army, so he kind of needs to decide what he recalls. There's a tank behind this, there's a filled up bunker, now there's 8 Marines, this should be enough. There's a second tank on the high ground, this should be enough to just barely be able to defend this. Also, there's gonna be a Banshee at home for our Terran player. Now, Cloak Banshee coming in here, this is a disastrous game so far for Maxpix. He's losing so many probes, and he just can't get a handle on what Cure is playing. Cure is not microing this right now, he's defending at home. He loses the tank, he's defending with SCVs, he needs to kind of stay stable here, be able to not lose too much. He's gonna again put the tank into the mirror line. It's gonna be defended by SCVs, of course. This Banshee, man, finally being taken care of, but only 3 kills, so it was not microed correctly. Could have killed probably way more probes, but he was so busy microing at home that he did not go over, try to push that Banshee to its fullest potential. Now we do have the second jump in proposition here from our Protoss player. He needs to get that tank somewhere over here or inside that ramp. Yeah, he's gonna siege though down there. He's a little bit out of position actually. Does not do too much. The bunker is gonna get busted down. The tank was not forward enough to defend that one. Second Banshee coming in though. There's a shield battery at the natural, he knows that, so he goes into the main. Battery's not finished up, but this should be in time to deny most of the damage. He will still get a couple probes here, but there's still the observers, there's the Stalkers, so the Banshee will go out. And in the end, Maxpex did not take that much damage that I thought, but man, he's like not really getting up there in the probe count. And blinking in like this, I don't think you can do this over and over again. He's just starting to bleed out more and more Stalkers. His bio force is just growing. And even though he's sniping the tanks, well, there's still 2 tanks and there's just enough bio at this point. He's gonna have stim, he's gonna have combat shields in a moment. Going for +1, that's a little bit off still. There's a 3rd command center on the way. There's also a 3rd nexus on the way, but if they're both on the same, like in the same moment in construction, like this is under construction and this as well, it's not a good sign for the Protoss player. He's still down in workers. There's another barracks coming kind of to wall this off here. The tank a little bit exposed there, but there's enough bio it seems to just kind of tank for this. Banshee just chilling in the corner, kind of tying up 4 supply, 5 supply even because of that cloak. And there's gonna be the first drop here. Is he gonna load up a couple SCVs? Oh, this might run into the prism, and he has 4 marines with this. It might be enough to shoot down the prism before it can recall out. Oh, or walk away. Oh, he's gonna drop on this. Okay, so he doesn't get it. Both players were looking at the situation. He needs to be careful. There's gonna be the Stalker rotation, trying to catch this here, and he has a couple of Zealots inside, no charge it of course. No, 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 no. You don't want to lose, like either player does not want to lose these, but Kyo's just pulling the trigger, man. He's just saying, alright, I could just bring my army from the front and we could just fight. Let's go. He's gonna have concussive here now. And that's something that Maxpex is not kind of considering as of yet. Now he gets to see the reveal of that upgrade. Worker transfer happening right now. We do have the prism coming, but instant stim already on these units here, pushing even out the prism before the Zealots do land. Kyo now coming in for the push. Charge is done though. Can he make this happen? Storm is ways off, but these Widow Mines, if they get good connects, this looks decent enough on the connects. One tank still anchoring this position here. You do have that Archon now kind of panically being morphed because there's nothing else he can warp in. He warped in the Templars trying to get that energy and the upgrade, but he just doesn't have the time, and GG is going to be called. Kyo is going to take that map win and take the series. Whoa, that was actually very unorthodox strategies from Kyo, which I'm not used to see, I have to say. I'm kind of thrown away by how innovative he's kind of playing here. That's pretty good on him. Something he kind of needed in his... Kind of. It's something he really needed in his play more recently, because he looked very one-dimensional at times, even though still insanely strong. Strong, but one-dimensional. Okay, let's hop into the next one, right off the bat here. In the bottom right, we do have Hero. In the top left, it is Kyo. We're playing on 10,000 feet. That's a lot of feet. If you try to count those, it's gonna take you probably more than a day. And I wonder who those feet belong to. Is it Terran or Protoss feet? Is it Zerg feet? We don't know. What is Kyo gonna play here? Looks like a barracks expand. Might go for the second gas. I don't think so, since the gas is behind or after the barracks here. Yeah, looks like a 1 Rex expand. And Hero does not get hit. Only shields. Hero throwing down a gateway. Is he gonna go Nexus before? Looks like it. Nexus before the core. So different to Maxpex in that earlier series, who went into the cybernetics core before the Nexus to get out his units faster. Hero is gonna prioritize the economy here a little bit. Says, alright, I'm gonna eat a little bit of that instant timing on my adept here. It's not that much, it's like, I don't know, 5 seconds, maybe 10, something in between that. It's not that big of a deal. Sometimes like a sloppy move out is all you need, right? For your units to be already in place then. Now a marine expand into a factory before add-on. And that's gonna be the reactor now. The reactor now. Here's the money. He wants to make more SCVs first. The reactor now. And now the depot first. The reactor now. There we go, okay. Second base about to finish up here for our Protoss player. He's gonna throw down his tech, which is gonna be the Twilight, of course. And immediately a Robo, maybe. He's still kind of chilling here. Maybe just waiting for that moment of the Nexus to finish, so we can immediately send 3 probes. It's also like a safety move. I can't remember if he saw the unit, I don't think so. But if it's a Reaper, like if you have 3 probes, you can try kind of chase the Reaper with 2 and block him. And get that 1 probe which has been damaged out of the way, you know? Get it back up. It's like a little bit of a safety move. If you move in a group, you can do more. If instead of moving down single filed. There's more potential for counter micro. Okay, so he got a tech lab. Did he cancel the reactor actually? No. Okay, I missed that. So it's gonna be a tech lab first with a cyclone here, and then a double barracks follow up with a third barracks. 3 barracks. So Cure again, playing very unit intensive here in this early game, and quick swapperoo here. So only a cyclone from the factory. The factory was very fast, which is interesting to me, but it's like 1 unit. And now he goes into mass bio units. Here is mining through these mineral patches, so he kind of wants to take this third base here in the bottom. On this low ground, it seems like. And as I said, he takes another base. It might just be to mine this out for a potential tank push or something on that wall, for example. You can place tanks here, and then it's going to be very disgusting if you don't have this mine out to defend that area. Now there's the Phoenix coming in. He's going to see the Cyclone, he's going to see the factory with no add-on, and he most likely will see no starport and 3 barracks. So hero knows. Hey man, you're playing a bunch of units and trying to punch me in the face, right? Q is like, yes, I guess you found me. Guilty as charged. But Q, the thing is, Q doesn't have to play the punch in the face part. He can just play this in a macro game. This is a style, even though we don't see this on high tier Terrans as much. Vindicta is kind of a forefront player on this. He likes to do this. He makes a lot of units, and then he roams the map, but he doesn't commit to an attack, and he doesn't lose the army. So he just roams the map, has a strong army, and forces his opponent to be very defensive, while he just takes then his additional tech, his additional command centers, and his additional income. It's a very interesting way to play the game, and it's kind of strong. It's like a power play. You force your opponent to play your game, and it works against even high-level opponents. Because you're not greedy yourself, you're very strong, basically. You're kind of strong-arming from the beginning, and your opponent kind of has to keep up. And they know that. Like, at a certain level, that style of play becomes very powerful, because your opponent just knows, well, if I don't have the correct amount of units, you're just gonna come in and kill me, because your execution is good enough. So you force your opponent to be defensive and make more units after you. Of course, you kind of... It feels like you're behind, and you should make use of that army, but it's not that big of an issue, because the Terran army, this bio army, it just scales so well. Marines and Marauders, they just scale so insanely well. So even if you make them early, it's not that big of a deal, because you want to have them in your late game army anyways. So for this to be like it is right now in a mid game, where it's just a very strong army, you can just roam across the map. He has the map control with this. He has such a big production behind this. He's gonna do a double drop. This might be a little bit risky. Oh, he will catch these stalkers. Oh my god, he doesn't even kill one. Can't believe it, that Marauder is so low. So now Hero though knows, like, something's off. He saw that there's the Medivac's missing. He still is a little bit late to react to the drop, even though he sees it flow across his own units there and his structures. Now the medics are gonna get shut down. They're trading against... They're not really focus fired, but he is, in the meantime, pushing in the natural here with another bunch of units, but only one medevac to heal this whole group up. A second medevac is gonna join in. The probe line is coming down! Oh, 15 probes go down. Okay, so if he can now not just lose all of these units, but actually get a decent trade, yeah! Oh, yeah! Those mine connections, pretty good. Solid stuff. There is the issue though, 4 bases are going to be finishing up. Now it's an even worker count, but it's still 4 Nexi to 2 command centers. So even though this looked amazing for Cure, he now does not really have that big of a power spike in the army. And the power spike for Hero with charge and all of these upgrades, blink charge being there, is quite strong. Now still Hero takes a fight without shield batteries and stuff, which is a little bit sloppy there in my opinion, so he gets busted down really hard. And he was trying to snowball that, but that clearly did not work. And he's gonna have 9 Stalkers. There's a potential enough units to actually get rid of this army. He needs just a little bit of front line. There we go, 5 Zealots whopping in right now, and there is gonna be that fight charge coming in. Oh, it's a pretty nice last second split here, and Cure is gonna be pushed back for now. His reinforcements are trickling across the map. That was what I was talking earlier about, where reinforcements to Terran are just so slow to come across the map, but if they come in one bulk, it's such a strong reinforce. And the defender's advantage against the Terran has the highest potential, because the Terran units are very powerful in a big group, if they can gather up. Now this is not a big group, and those trickling reinforcements, he eats a little bit of the AoE damage there, are not gonna make it to the front line. But he does kill 1 Nexus, and he is inside the main. He can just hold the ramp, just go up the ramp and yeah, shoot down everything on the ramp. The Zealots are trying to flood in, but that surface area is just not good enough. Now flank being warped in. Can he intercept this army? I think Cure is anticipating this, saying like, alright, let's drop behind the mirrors, get your Zealots over here. I know your Stalkers are out of position, so he walks back the Stalkers. He did not blink. He's trying to save the blink to kill the medevacs. Coming in now. Use the blink a little bit premature, I think. Only snipes a couple of empty medevacs, and there's a push on the 3rd base at the same time. Can he get a kill on that? Immortal does seem the answer is no for now. Brings in the Wither Mine and a little bit more of reinforcements. Now finally 3rd base. So this is all of 2 bases. It's a pretty committed style. He's gonna drop again into the main, and Hero's deciding to catch the empty medevac here. You know, more probes are falling here. Another pylon is gonna go down most likely. Now he's just gonna settle for the probes. The probes are trying to fight, but that's not a fight they can win. Blink is on off cooldown. Can he get a catch on these medevacs? If he can kill both of them, that would be pretty good. Oh, the last medevac is gonna survive for now. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, and then it dies. Okay, so after the dust settles, we got 3 bases for both players. This is not an orbital yet. The worker count is ahead for Cure. He has his 1-1 upgrades about to finish up. +1 damage was finished quite a while ago for Hero. And now he's going into armor, because he has so many Zealots, I guess. Now let's check out the numbers. We've got 18 Stalkers to 23 Marines and 18 Zealots and 13 Stalkers to 11 Marines, 3 Immortals to 7 Medevacs, and a couple of Widow Mines. Liberators on the way now. This is like a very strong army here for Cure, honestly. But you need to be in a good position against such a heavy Zealot count. The Stalkers are gonna try to make the math fuzzy. They're gonna go and jump into the main base. They're gonna kill a couple of add-ons, and they will expose the 3rd base. At least it'll force a split on the army here. And look at the medevacs. There's only 2 medevacs with his front line. Now he's gonna bring the Stalkers as well here with that army. And the reinforcements for Cure, they're all in the main base. This half army is not gonna be enough to fight off this huge amount of Zealots. The Immortals are just shooting the commands. It's kind of an interesting approach here. They could fight the army, but they're just shooting the command center. Now, was this a mistake? The Immortals weren't with the army. Now they're just gonna get busted down. The reinforcements came in that massive bulk that I was talking about, and that looked so powerful. As the Zealots run out, the army for the Protoss looks very slim. Oh yeah, I love to see it. Oh, come on, get it, wreck it, done it. Better, faster, stronger. I kind of... Oh, I want to see this. I want to see this end. I want to see how this ends. Is there gonna be a recall on the Now Cure is still pushing forward. He needs some more medevac support here with this army. A couple are trailing behind there. The Prism, the high-speed chase on the Prism, it finally gets killed by Liberators with an anti-air attack here. We've seen everything now. 5 damage times 2. It's actually 10 damage, but with one armor it's like only 8. Bile coming in here, trying to cancel that 4th base. It's gonna finish, but there's the Colossi. There's also those Liberators liberating the space here around that base. A little bit of a split. More Liberators coming in for the reinforcements. Oh my god, this might just be too much here. Hero is gonna get cooked, I think. The last Colossus is gonna fall. And with this, the chances of Hero winning this game, he's gonna stay in it for now, but this army just looks unstoppable at that point. He might just want to try this with 1 more Colossi and 3 Stalkers. It's just not an army you can work with, it seems like. Liberator's pushing in here now. He never opened enough of this to kind of fight on the ramp. Now there's the Colossi. It doesn't even have range, I think. No. Does not even have range. So it's even more difficult to fight against those Liberators. Eating a shot immediately there from the Liberator, and yeah. Colossus is just gonna get pushed down. GG is gonna be called. Kill. Let's take the first game of this best of 5 here. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. Now let's go into the next one. It's not a best of 6, it's a best of 5. And it is gonna be a Tourmaline again. In the top right we do have Hero, in the bottom left it is Cure. There's gonna be that pylon. Now this map again, as I said earlier. Oh sorry, we have 1-0 for Cure by the way. As I said earlier, this map, it is kind of easy to push for the Terran player, so maybe we see something like this and Kyogo just goes up to a 2-0. Like something he played last game would even work better on this map, I feel like. Well, maybe you really want to do this with the 3-base setup, because it's so far forward to get that 3rd. He's at least gonna go into a factory before the command center, so it's not gonna be the 1 Rex expand. There's a probe coming through. I'm gonna go for that harassment, we get the gateway on the way, it's gonna finish up, and now another Nexus before core. So let's actually see this. We've got now, could be the core. Oh, there's the core. Okay, so much for that. I wanted to count, and then he's like, screw you. I'm gonna do the core before Nexus. So you're changing this up a little bit, it's gonna have a faster unit. And this might be a reaction to the build. No. He hasn't seen the gases, so he doesn't even know. Of course he saw the factory now he knows exactly. But it's gonna be good for him because he's gonna have a little bit earlier units, just a tiny bit. And those are gonna be helpful because once the 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion aggression starts, Protoss tends to have about 3 units. And defending 2 bases with 3 Protoss units is actually very difficult. So he's gonna use a shield battery for the main base, he's probably gonna posture in the natural. Well, the Reapers don't care about a posture in the natural, they can just walk in. It's not gonna be the 3 Reaper though, as we see. There's only 1 Reaper and now it's gonna be stopped. There's nothing coming out of the factory yet. He's not really doing anything right now, he's floating over, okay. And there we go, Cyclone again here. And into that reactor. Oh, Cure knows the timing. He's not gonna lose the SCV. He says, I'm rather gonna waste some time on the build. Because I know your Adept is gonna be across the map. And yeah, that Cyclone is gonna make quick work of that Adept. He sees this, and this is a Cyclone setup if you've ever seen one. The Cyclone comes in, it's gonna get the lock on. Will he kill the Adept though? I don't think so. Might shade out before. No. He's gonna die. That's a good catch. Reaper coming in again. It's gonna get a good scout. It's gonna throw another grenade. Deny a little bit of mine in there. And then he just goes back home again. But yeah, this delay was actually quite long. So as you can see already, 7, 8, 9 workers here working on that Nexus, on the minerals. And it's not even 75% done here for the Terran. And there's gonna be another Adept. Not enough at home to deal with this and keep the SCV safe, so another big delay. He will catch the Adept, but that's only a consolation prize. Well, Kyo's been losing a lot of... Look at this. A lot of build time on that. You can see this in the income reflected as well. Hero is starting to really outmine here, as you can see. Spiking up to about 300 there. Finally, the Terran is gonna get back into this with the fresh mule being dropped here at the natural. And that's gonna spike down the income again, about 450. There we go. Spike's gonna turn around. Now, double Widowmine drop, and the Reaper Cyclone were hiding in the grass. Drop gets scouted. One Stalker Weapon is not going to be enough to kill 2 Widowmines though. Widowmines are going to burrow quite fast here. And it exposes a different probe line. One probe is going to die. He picks up 1 Widowmine and he does kill 1 Stalker actually there. That's pretty good for him. He also kills a couple probes. I'm not sure why the Reaper's left behind here, but he will die now. The Cyclone does move back. There's gonna be swapping around here for all of these add-ons. Tanks in position. Got another tank over here, and there's a Cyclone which will be caught by the Stalks. I think he's just gonna grab that one, yeah. Like, you can blink on top of this. That was such a weird move. Why would you ever sit the Cyclone out there? And it's a great tool to have against any Warp Prism harassment, even in the later mid-game. You just set it on patrol in your main base. It's gonna be a good unit. Even Stalkers blinking in, you can get a lock on and you just sit behind your wall and kill a Stalker, right? I'm not sure why you would ever just sit it there at the third base as Q. Definitely a little bit of a sloppy play in my opinion, and not really... And like the Reaper, you know, that also can just sit at a potential fourth base and wait there forever, or scout a path or something, I don't know. Just let that shoot the pylon, which is now fully wrecked again, by the way, almost. So yeah. Not sure what that was all about. There's gonna be that Prism being chased out by the Bio and the Raven. Raven, of course, has no Hunter-Seeker missile anymore, so he cannot actually try to kill the Prism himself. Very sad unit, actually, in this. I feel like the Raven needs a major overhaul. All of the spells are just so bad right now. Needs to be what it was in Wings of Liberty, man. 180 seconds auto turret. Point defense drones, the most frickin' overpowered thing in the game, which was never used. But made compositions obsolete, basically. And Hunter-Seeker missile, the probably strongest AoE spell which is ever to be seen in a in the StarCraft 2 setting. Okay, so he's gonna drop out a few units. He wants to catch Stalkers, but there's no Stalkers here. So he will not be able to catch them. Maybe he just wants to move very safe across the map. Doesn't want to babysit this drop. And of course the attack move from these guys is going to give him at least some kind of security. Stalkers are only just trying to harass you from the Prism. And hey, if you had that Cyclone right now, what would have been a great unit, right? There's a couple of Marauders trying to fend this off, but there might be an SCV pull with this very shortly here. He's still making SCVs on 2 bases, like this, with no third on the way. The tanks are across. Where's the SCV pull? It should be happening now, though, and he's not doing it, so I guess he won't be doing it. Yeah, it's gonna be too slow. There's no interference matrix, by the way, so he cannot actually disable these Colossi. It would have been a great play to get it, honestly. Imagine the Raven just disables all of that AoE. I think this is Dunzo's. Yeah, it's gonna be the Prism coming in. The Widowmine is gonna finish it off. And all of the Stalkers from behind dropping in. But too many Colossi joining in. And the Colossi that were already there, kind of just not being dealt with. So in the end, this is being pushed back and just doesn't look as good. And now he's trying to go into a third base after losing that much army. Even the Stalker is gonna... Oh man, he really baited those Zealots into the friendly fire there. That was a great Stalker. Great Stalker move there. There's the fourth base coming online. Third base here for the Terran on the way. Excuse me. Second starport now for Kyo. He likes that early second starport, but... just doesn't look like it's really paying off for him in this game. Those Colossus were huge, honestly. And here is like, alright, let me harass your third base. Oh, it's not there yet. And he just turns around. He's like, I'm that far ahead. And he smites again, because he's the smiling assassin, not the laughing assassin, not the grounding assassin. He's the smiling assassin. So he smites himself, sits there, and he just throws down a fifth nexus. In a little bit. And the game calms down a bit, because Hero knows how far ahead he is. He's gonna have 1-1 upgrades in a moment. Can chrono boost those. He has the chronos. Come on, chrono boost those. He has the chronos. You need to chrono boost those. Honestly, like, it's a mistake. He sees the army move now with the Zealots. Gonna lose one for that information, but he does have the fifth nexus going up finally. The fourth one did finish up. It's gonna already be saturated here quite soon. A little bit of a transfer coming in from the main base, and he's still not chrono boosting on those forges. Look at the energy he has stacked up. There's one chrono boost, there's 3 chronos, there's 2 chronos, and there's one more chrono here. That's like 6 chronos or something. 6 or 7 chronos, that's pretty much. And Kyo is just like, alright man, hanging back, trying to build up, trying to get into good tech. We got a good army now again. And we also need to build up the economy. And he is doing a lot of wonders in terms of supply. And his army composition is gonna be quite strong for now. But there's 3 disruptors, so yeah, I'm not really sure. And what does he have against counterattacks? He actually has a good amount of units back at home here. If he can get the Vikings now to snipe these Colossi, that would be amazing. 5 Morales shooting down a pylon. Is that even fair? Yes. No, I don't think so. An anti-armor missile is being dodged. Disruptor is getting notched. 4th command center. Sensor turret. Q is starting to play an aggressive expansion game here. He's just roaming the map for now. He's saying, alright man, we got 2 armies. We don't want to clash now. We want to buy some safety points first. And Kyo doesn't want to fight really before his 2-2, I think, at this point. And here is like, I don't care man, let's fight. He also has 2-2 on the way, but he doesn't care. He could chrono boost this, he doesn't care, he doesn't do it. He's gonna come in now with the Colossi. Is that a little bit of an overextension? If the disruptors get good hits, a couple do, 6 kills on one of them, 1 on the other, and 0 on the last one. The Colossi is still alive. 1 more disruptor here as a retrieve tool. It's gonna be very nice. Fend off the Terran army until that one. We do have a Liberator Fusion Core here coming in, and for Liberator range. An actual mass Liberator production here now. Starting to join the field here. It's gonna anchor these positions finally for the Terran. Only 4 medevacs if I see this correctly, so you might want to get the medevac upgrade first. Now he's gonna go into Liberator range immediately here. Should Liberator range increase their attack speed? What do you guys think? There's gonna be a few more disruption novas, but they're not really hitting the mark. Couple do connect, not good enough. Vikings are like shoot down the last Colossi. The Raven is still alive after a mark on. It's a pretty solid play here from Kyo, very attentive to his units, and only 3 Marines in this group, by the way, so that's not much DPS against Zealots, but we do have 3 Liberators, and they will just delete the Zealots. As you can see here, he's gonna blink in and snipe down the Libs, but more Libs come for the reinforcements, so after all, there's just enough units left. He has those Vikings he might want to use. That's a little bit of an issue always with the Terran. Oh no, he just can't lose the command center! Repair it! Oh, he repairs it, okay. My god, you can't lose the command. I hated that those... They're always so late on the repair, so now he lands the Vikings defensively because he kind of has to. But they're not that great against Disruptor. They're not really good against dodging those. They're not good at chasing those. So honestly, at this point, what I like to see with that, if you have that many Vikings, you just use them aggressively. You go around and kill probe lines. Now finally we got a Liberange. He needs a Resiege though to get that in play here with most of the Liberators. And there's this bunch of Zealots coming in. Yo, Sunjammer, I'm gonna answer to you in a moment when things calm down a little bit. Good to see you, brother. Now we got the Vikings cleaning up the Zealots. That's not the units they want to fight. They want to shoot Colossi, they want to shoot Probes, they want to shoot Stalkers, they want to shoot Immortals maybe? I'm not sure. There's gonna be +3 being started for Cure. And Cure's gonna hold for now. We got a Nova connecting with a Viking. Oh, and the Viking dies. Alright, what's the series? Live from a recent tournament. It's from yesterday, so it's not live, I'm sorry. I think I know the answer regarding the series. Ah, there you go. It's from yesterday. Man, that's a lot of liberation. That's so much freedom. 9 types of freedom. You can choose your flavor. They have vanilla, they have chocolate, they have raspberry. There's so many to choose from. Just pick your flavor and then you just go ahead. Maybe you want to start doing some harassment here. Because Hero's just growing behind this. He never lost this, but he has this only floating. So Cure didn't grow. Like, he has a super powerful army right now. And oh my god, it's getting more powerful. Oh my god, Hero's attacking from this angle. I can't believe this. There's so many liberations. Oh, the liberators! You need to siege them. Oh my god, Hero's moving in. The Liberators are actually targeting kind of the same units, so they're not really distributing the damage really well. And, like, this is not a good setup for Liberation Zones, if you ask me. No, he's gonna unsiege a few of them, it's gonna move them, and finally he is gonna put on a lot of... Oh my god, man, he's walking into the frickin' laser rays there. Man, Hero, he needs something else to deal with this. You cannot kill 9 Liberators with Stalkers only, I think. But you can keep the Terran on 3 bases, I guess. He has 30 SCVs working on this mineral path. He has 5 commands that is finished up. But he doesn't have the actual spots to mine from. So he kind of needs to decide eventually, hey man, we're gonna move forward with this Liberator setup eventually, or are we just gonna sit back forever? Hero is taking this base. He's taking this base. It's all the bases on the map. Like, this is the last base that's open right now. Not like he has any of those saturated in the corner or anywhere, but he's just making Nexite there. He can recall to those positions if you don't remember, for example. And he's even gonna put up some static D. Cure doesn't even see this. He has a factory floating down here, he doesn't even see this. He's just like, man, I'm unbreakable on three bases right now. You have no chance of killing my 9 Liberators, or even 10 at this point. Let's do double drop. Double drop time. Cure's just playing the unkillable boy, but whenever Hero decides that it's time to play the slow game and make Tempest... Oh, he kills the command center. He shoots down all the frickin' Novas to kill the sensor turret. And at the time of chase, the potential chase time, Cure does not move. Oh, EMP hits. Oh, whenever you retreat through range Liberator zones, it's just so much. Oh, the drop is blocking it. He even needs a Marine to clear that one. He does have a drop now killing the top left base. I think he didn't see this, by the way. He doesn't know how bad the situation is yet. Now again, fighting through the Liberators. He says, man, I've got brute force. I'm just gonna kill all of you Liberators with 1,000 Stalkers because I have so much money and I can be so inefficient that it doesn't even matter. I have all the disruptors in the world to kill off all of your army landing and trying to do things. This is not mining. Where are those 30 SCVs? What is this guy doing? Why is he not repairing? The army that looked so unkillable, it is killed. It's been dealt with, and now there's only Medivacs remaining. There's this double drop slowly going across the map, killing positions for the opponent, but man, this didn't work out for Cure at all. Hero is gonna take the W there. Cure never stretched beyond 3 bases, even though he had 6 or 7 command centers, he only 3 bases. Wow, what a game. What a game. So let's go into game number 3 in this best of 5. Got at least 2 more games here. Gonna be very exciting to see what those guys are gonna play in this next game. Definitely an exciting game, even though it was kind of a camping game. Kiro made it exciting because he just took all the bases, all the maps, and Kyo just had 3 bases, but 15 liberators. That was so insane. I feel like the liberators from Kyo overkilled quite a bit, so it's actually very difficult to get a really good setup with Lips, it seems, if you only play Lips as your sole siege unit there. I mean, this is where you kind of wish as a Terran you could turtle forever and siege tanks do only cost 2 supply, you know? Those are the moments where like, man, if I could only have had Marine Tank Liberator, you know, and a couple ghosts with like 7 tanks as well behind my 10 Liberators, I would be unbreakable, and then the Tempest arrives, you know. So you're asking, why is this probe so fast? This is the anti-engineering bay block probe. Throw down Nexus as well, and gets the cybernetic score started. And there's going to be a command center following this up. The Terran 1 Rex Expand. This is the most standard build over all the years of Legacy of the Void. The 1 Rex Expand with any kind of unit. The safest variant is with that Reaper, of course, to get the scouting intel, but it doesn't really matter at this point. You have so many options. You can go immediately add-on, you can go Marines, you can go Attack Lab even for your factory. We've seen that quite a few times with Kyo. He's going with the very standard kind of route, a Marine into a reactor. And the Marine is just doing the scouting, I guess. He's just looking a little bit around if there's a scouting probe somewhere, if there's anything hidden, like a proxy Stargate, for example, or a gate only, a max spec gate, and he just will walk back home because there's nothing. And there's your Marine. He looks quite powerful, quite beefy, quite strong. And he got all the way back into his home. Now there's gonna be the double Hellion in this case to mostly get a scout on what Hero is doing, but honestly, what do you even scout, right? It's gonna be that blink, you scout the number of gateways, so you know if it's 4, you're gonna be all in. And a Woodermine follow-up to this. There's gonna be that Phoenix though. The Phoenix that I did test. The free scouting tool of the Protoss. It's such an easy way and no committal kind of way of scouting here. Getting intel. Of course, wait, what do you say? Scan? Oh, that's the easiest way to scout. It is, but honestly, it's not that good in comparison to a Phoenix scout, because the Phoenix can actually scout more area. And it also is literally free energy, because it's a sentry. What do you need? A Guardian Shield? Yeah, I guess. You can recharge that one if you want to. Costs a Chrono? Okay. Is a Chrono as strong as a Mule? Not really. If you look at them one by one. Chrono has more different uses though than a Mule. But yeah. Especially in the early game, it feels like whenever you get a scan or throw down a scan, it just feels such a loss, like such a loss in money. There's a 3 gateway wall here, so it's gonna be actually 4 gates, so this might be a little bit all-inish here by Hero, but he did take 2 additional gases. But he's playing this very unit light right now. He's just starting to warp in his first few units. 5 Stalkers. How did he make this? Looks so strong. Unfortunately, shoot battery a little bit too far, but there's gonna be the drop in the main. 4 Widow Mines. And just burrowing outside of the range, he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, Sorry, I forgot to count 4. He killed 4. Four probes and a little bit of mining time with that last one. So those might come in again. We'll have to wait and see. He still is hovering with the medevac there, but Hero just wants to be aggressive. He's got his Stalker walking across the map. He's bringing even more. He does not have the Prism with this. And we're waiting for that medevac to make another move. There's gonna be a Raven as well. And this time we're gonna get that third command center way earlier here for Cure. He's going to try to play a little bit of a longer game from the get-go. He's pretty solid in worker count, very comparatively here to our Protoss player. The timing on base is also quite nice, so this is a very nice macro setup for Cure to go into that mid-game. Again, coming in with those Widow Mines, denying a lot of mining time as a full mineral line, just sitting idle right now. And he will try to defuse with the Stalkers. He loses his Stalker, and if he would have let that one shoot, man, might have even done a little bit more. He keeps the medevac alive, unfortunately with no unit inside. The Raven is kind of checking for the probes. He doesn't know that there's a shield battery though, so he's gonna have a little bit of a rough surprise. Honestly, dropping them in the main would be better, but you need to be careful there with that. Stalker squad still waiting, and the probe, of course. There has to be a probe with every Stalker squad, as is the law of the Protoss, and was reinforced by Hero and introduced by Hero. A double Forge here on the way, and he's gonna throw down Templar Archives with this very greedy tech. Now that Observer did just get sniped, we see this correctly, we have a lost unit as Observer. And there's the Auditor Harassment. This killed 3 probes, but not too much. Raven pulls back, of course. The medevac is just chilling there. It's just binding 3 Stalkers. He doesn't exactly know if there's nothing inside, but he should know. I mean, he doesn't know because the medevac could have gone out and come back again. I like these kind of depots here in front of the tank. They're gonna maybe use up a charge. Oh, did he have like no money for the scan? Like no energy? I think he stimmed and then he didn't scan because like, I don't have to scan? I'm not sure he has the energy now. Gonna go into the Ghost Academy, the Armory and the second engineering bay at the same time here. We used to see either or, but it seems like more recently we've seen just both at the same time. But that of course means the 4th base is going to be quite slow. There's going to be the 2nd starport already, so you're really going into that aggressive style, leaning into that unit heavy option and tech heavy option, but on the other side sacrificing a lot of economy, but he is not moving out that aggressive. He's not like trying to be in Hero's face right now, except for these few harassment units. He's trying to catch a Prism, but little does he know that Hero doesn't even have one yet. Hero is also playing this very defensively, already going into Storm, already spreading out his Templars. Here, there and everywhere, gathering up energy. Just double croning the double Forge here. And getting a 5th base. It's quite the big map here, Old Republic. There's even some purple gases, and Hero decides, alright, it's time. Bring the F2, move everything. Even all of the observers are gonna come. A couple of Stalkers coming from a very weird angle here, have to blink back. He loses an observer. And Cure is kind of, he looks very strong, very solid. He has a bunker go up, and the tanks are gonna move forward, it seems. So he might want to take the space on the low ground. Oh yeah, just siege him on the top. Siege him here, siege him here. No, 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 look at that. The Hero, he's coming. The tank, it's exposed. So many Vikings. Not enough though. to boost the Colossus down fast enough. It seems though that this army from Hero is just not strong enough. Only the hallucinated Colossus do remain. So there's only Storms left with this, but there's already EMPs ready to take on the Storms. He still has that one tank in this position. As I said, man, the second tank, just put it in the same spot. It's such a good position here to keep this base safe. Now the Stalkers come in, but look at how committed they are. They simply cannot take this guy out, and he just has free reign, free damage. Imagine if it would be 2 with 10 kills. That's a whole different game, huh? Yo, MW, good to see you, brother. So many streams this week, yes. So many streams this week. But this is the last this week. Unfortunately. Here we're going into the Stargate. He doesn't want a repeat of the last game. He says, man, if you camp on 3 bases for like a century, I will just make Tempest this game. So he already goes into the air upgrades as well for damage here. When he does add the Stargate, it's probably gonna add either a mothership or a Tempest very, very fast, like a... Oh my god, he stormed the dog. He stormed the dog. He kills the prism, by the way, but he stormed the dog, man. He killed the prism, it doesn't matter. I think it might have had High Templars inside. At least that's how it sounded. Keep him on the high ground. It's such a good spot for that one tank, honestly. It's such a good spot. Now he's just gonna get killed by Zealots. Can't believe it. Keep it on the high ground. He's gonna kill... See? If he would be on the high ground, he would be safe. Now he's dead. Now Kyo is trying to push here. He's gonna come in. And honestly, man, even if he wins this fight, there's so much income for Hero right now. And he has so many Zealots doing so much damage across the map. Where are the reinforcements? There's nothing right now. Even this Planetary is struggling to kill Zealots. What an odd sight. And man, 28 SCVs going down, so he needs to deal a lot of damage. He kills a base, which is quite nice, but he kind of also needs to kill this base. He's gonna scan that and rotate down. That's a good move. He needs to accumulate a few units. Oh my god, did he lose the Planetary to freaking Zealots? I can't believe it. He just needs to repair that one. It was the easiest defensive position. Now, yeah, he lost his base himself, so he kind of needs to kill more, but oh my, Stormlord. Whew. At least the Vikings are gonna take down the last Colossi, so all of the Colossi do fall. These random Medivacs are still chilling here. They're gonna boost home because the Sentry just doesn't have the DPS to deal with it. Commands that they're going to be a Planetary again here. It's gonna grab a bunch of SCVs, gonna relocate them to this place here. Should probably start to mine from here because, I mean, the stuff in his main, and he can keep that for later, man. He can save that for the rainy days, because the rainy days, they might come if he loses that base on the low ground again. Look, this is even oversaturated again. I'm not sure how he's like distributing these. He needs to bring more into the... There, finally we go, man. He's gonna grab some. Finally, he's gonna set this up properly here. He will keep still full saturation on the other bases, which I'm not a big fan of. Should definitely saturate this one here first. He's gonna at least mule this down here. But yeah, Hero has the time of the world again. There's not a strong army right now for Kyo. Kyo is playing without the Planetary. I'm not a fan of this fight. Needs to be very careful. He has the lower army supply. And remember, the Terran Bio army is also always a lot of Medivacs, which is just a support unit. It does cost 2 supplies, so that inflates the supply a little bit. Especially if we get to these low numbers and we still have 8 Medivacs. That's 16 supply of the 6T. So that's actually a lot of fighting units that are missing in that. Those EMPs are so clutch. I think Hero has it. Yeah, Hero looks very good, but he looked very good in from the beginning of the game, honestly. Like Kyo just sitting back so aggressively, aggressively sitting back. It's a weird term, but it just looked like that. He wasn't even pushed into the corner. He just decided that he wants to camp, and he decided that he wants to camp on 3 bases, not even 4. So now he has to deal with this. He lost that one big army that he made. Now he's trying to make another big army, but it's just not there yet. And 70 supply against 100 in army with Colossi. He's not lifting his structures, which are clearly able to fly and do things. He's like not executing this correctly. One goes trying to do the clutch EMP, but there's the big army reinforcement coming from here. He can storm the frickin' command center to death if he wants to. I know it doesn't do damage to the building, but to everything that tries to save the building. GG is gonna be called here. What a game by Hero. Classic Terran. Thank you so much for the follow. Minimal 43. But yeah, the Classic Terran wants to camp, and does get broken, even without Tempest again. Huh? Cure doing a repeat there. Sorry, not Cure. Hero doing a repeat from the last game, where he broke 10 Liberators with range and +2 with only Stalkers. Never made a Tempest in his life, that guy. He's just crazy. But he had the whole map, like literally. He had like the bases that belonged to Cure, he already took those. GG, Shady. 11 Shady 11. Okay, so in the top left of Ruby Rock, on this next map in this best of 5, we got Hero, and in the bottom right it is Cure, still playing for Team Liquid, by the way. Kudos to those guys. You remember EG, Evil Geniuses, from way back, and the rivalry they had with Team Liquid? You remember that? That's so far in the past now, it's insane, right? And this team is still there. Where's Evil Geniuses? Where are those? By the way, we got a proxy barracks, of course. Gonna be nice and quick on that Reaper across the map. Don't think it's gonna be Marauders, it's only one barracks. Generally, if you go with that tech lab into Marauders, you tend to want to have 2 barracks across the map. Hero will scout that lack of barracks in the base and will probably decide for a cybernetics core before that Nexus, and yeah. He sees one gas, he sees the second gas. And he will immediately pull up that probe and make that call. But it's only a Reaper. There's gonna be the SV coming from the lower part, so he should even know the trajectory of the Reaper. I'm not a big fan of this SV going in from that angle. He's just aggressively gonna throw down a bunker. Is he though? There's already a probe, so he might just wait for the Reaper, but that will cost him so much time on the bunker. So he might just abandon the idea at all. But if he goes into that bunker, you wanna at least commit to a second Reaper. That's what I feel like. What the F, man? Now he starts it. And there's the second Reaper on the way. There's a shield battery quite far away. The Reaper goes to hunt down that probe. He's gonna kill the first one. And he will try to execute more of those guys in red. Can he get one? Can he get one? No. Very good probe micro here, man. Hero has this defense so locked down. Okay, so the Stalker's there. It did not kill the SCV yet. The SCV is still building the bunker, and the bunker's gonna finish up most likely. So the Reaper will be able to hop. Oh my god! Yeah, it's gonna finish up. That's such a funny sight here. He could even shoot the battery, actually. And there's the second bunker, a second Reaper. So the DPS is quite high here from the bunker. There's the second Stalker. What am I talking about, man? The Reapers are gonna go away. The bunker's burning now. You cannot salvage this anymore because it's burning or taking damage at all. The Reapers do survive though, I think. Yeah, both do get home. And behind this command center on the way. Factory is done. We do see the disgusting Cyclone coming in. A second barracks. That's an interesting move, considering you have your barracks floating across the map. He makes a second barracks, so it indicates he wants to go into a bunch of buy units. There's the third barracks, yeah. But this is already a lot of wasted production time on this single one, so not a big fan of this follow-up, honestly. It might catch Hero off guard, because you don't really expect this, it's so inefficient. Triple Stalker coming across the map here. But I'm not sure if I like this fight here for Hero. If you can snipe the Cyclone, yeah, well then it's easy game. Oh my god, is it easy game? So he loses one Stalker, but he can delay the command center now. Oh boy, and that's a big one. There's gonna be a tank though, that will help to save this. With the two Reapers. I mean, the barracks is floating, so he knows there was nothing produced. He can, yeah, push down with the SCVs, the tank, and the Reaper, so he's gonna be invincible now against two Stalkers. Phew. I'm gonna repair the tank, like to see it. There's gonna be that Commands on the finishing, the mule being dropped, the third nexus being planted. That's a nice advantage for Hero. Very good tempo here for our Protoss. And his expansion pattern is quite aggressive with his expansion patterns, honestly, because he has not really a lot of tech behind this. He has 3 gateways with the third after the third nexus, and he only goes into charge, so there's not going to be blink to catch medivacs, to catch reapers, but he needs to rely on his zealots to kind of do the trick for him. Reaper trying to get a scout. He sees that the Twilight is being chrono boosted, and he sees the position, which is a little bit weird. The Phoenix did get a good scout here. He saw the barrack setup. He knows there's no starport. He saw the +1 NG baby going up there. Dark Shrine. And there's the starport coming behind this. So Kyo basically only makes 1 tank with this build. Losing the cycle is actually a shame. But yeah, only having 1 tank is kind of the trade-off from this. But there's no aggression coming in from Hero anyways. He has 3 Stalkers, he doesn't have any blink anyways. So he's just going into a lot of charge slots, as we see charge finish up here already. So it doesn't matter how many tanks you have. You're not want to make them anyways against charge slots, really. So it's pretty okay how this is turning out for Kyo. The Reaper is gonna get a nice look at this. He will see the charge. And that also tells him that there's not going to be blink, but he does not know about the Dark Shrine. So in the end, he wanted to see more than he did, and now he needs to deal with it. Now, how is he going to deal with this? What are those 4 Marines doing down there? There's no third command center even remotely close to be done. There's no turrets. There's just mules being dropped, because he wants to do something on 2 base for now. And there's gonna be that group of DTs coming in. He can just kill the army. He's gonna try to go for this. He will kill. Oh my god, he has no energy. I can't believe this. He just dropped a mule. No way. Oh man. Oh man. And now he splits them up. It's even worse. He did start a turret. So now he has a scan where he can potentially kill 3. But he doesn't actually have the units in the north, so that one is just killing everything. There's 1 turret in the mineral line. The turret did finish up, but the SDT just walks out. And there's 1 killing a barracks very slowly, but he will kill it eventually. He will actually kill it. Yeah, he will kill this barracks. He's not gonna make a turret here. He doesn't have the units at home right now. So he goes across the map. He says like, alright, maybe I can do something about this. Oh, there's the SCV last second. He tries to kill the barracks with 1 more swipe, and that didn't work out. 4 medivacs dropping. I don't think this CT saw it. I'm not exactly sure. But he sees the lack of units. He is trying to come in again. No scan on this. Again, like he needs the scans actually for the aggression. As weird as it sounds, but you can, because you can just warp in DTs right now to defend against this. And he's warping in Stalkers, of course, because it's Hero. He doesn't even have blink. He loses the Nexus. Okay, that's a big power play, but he still has the DT killing his units at home. So he saved the scan for his aggression. There's DT blink even. I can't believe it, man. He has 11 kills on that guy. Wow. DTs. Oh, he walked into the vision range, but it didn't matter. Can you please make a frickin' turret on your production? Finally, man. Cure after ages. You will definitely lose his barracks. The T's gonna finish what the other one started. Oh no. I can't believe how often I called this and it's still there. Is he gonna try to aggressively blink on the barracks now? Kill it? So there's 3 more DTs standing kind of remote in front of the base. He's gonna start to shoot at the army here. He doesn't get a kill, but he does deal a lot of damage. The medevac's are already out of juice, so it's actually pretty impactful. Now it gets scanned, but there's 2 more. He could have blinked out. He had the blink. He has the blink DT, so yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake. Is he gonna blink in with this, or is he gonna blink out? There's only Marauders and a Marine, but he does not know about the turret up the main, so he will actually... And he'll get through. We'll kind of make Kyo notice these two SCVs, I guess. Maybe not. Oh, now he notices. And Kyo says, alright, I couldn't kill you with my first 4 Medivacs, let's try again with 6. But there's 5 Stalkers, so he's just like, oh man, let's just drop on top of everything. But there's also Zealots. Oh man, let's drop on top of everything. Maybe I have just enough units. He does not unload all of them. Even the Reapers inside one of these Medivacs here gets dropped right now. There he is, shooting with his pistols away at the Zealots, man. Should probably throw a grenade. But this army, there's just more and more coming from Hero. It feels like it's just not enough. It's just not enough for Kyo. Kyo's still on 2 bases, by the way, and Hero has been expanding into 4 bases. Has so many gateways right now, 10 gateways. Just looks unbreakable here. Even if Kyo joins his army, there's just so many Zealots. It's so many Zealots. 20 Zealots and 7 Stalkers. It's such a simple army, but so powerful. 1-1 upgrades already done here for both players, but no 2-2 coming in for Kyo. On the other hand, we do see the extra upgrades coming in for Hero, and once those are finishing up, that's gonna be the last nail in the coffin, I can guarantee you, because that's when Hero's push is gonna come in, and then when he's gonna shove over across. Kill Kyo, but before that Kyo is already gonna say GG, give up his spot in this tournament to Hero. That was a really good series. Quite happy with this. Alright, so let's go into the last best of 5 of the day here. We're going to Clem against Hero. Another TVP, definitely a different beast. Another Liquid player though. Team Liquid. I was actually really surprised when they announced the pickup of Kyo, like, I don't know how many years ago at this point, like 5 years ago or so? 4 years ago? But it has been really working for them, because Kyo has been posting very good results. Not the super results he could post, but he has been posting very strong finishes, and him being at the Esports World Cup for Team Liquid, always grabbing points for them, is actually quite important and impactful for them as an organization. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm Hero, the master of probes. I'm Hero, the master of probes. Ooh. Bye-bye. Terran base. See you later, alligator. Behind that, of course, he has been macroing, not like all of the bronze heroes who basically kill like 3 probes with his, or 3 workers with his first probe, but they haven't made the nexus, they haven't made the cybernetic score, and all of the timings are down the fish drain. The probe is still hiding. What is it hiding though? What is it doing? Is it a pylon? Is it just a probe? A follow-up scout? There's gonna be a zealot coming across? I'm not sure about this one. There's a bunker on the marine, honestly. I don't like this zealot. There's also a reaper. It's also gonna be hiding here. There's 2 hiding positions here now for the zealot and the probe. The zealot decides it's time, the bunker's almost done. This is my moment to shine. Tries to touch the Reaper, but he does decide against it, and Adept comes in, saves the Zealot, does shade forward, and will actually commit to this and try to delay the command center. He does not get the delay, and he might even lose the Adept. Zealot comes in though to try and help his brother. Can he kill the units? Nah, he kills one marine but loses the adept. Second adept joins in here. But the bunker's there to keep the marines safe. That Reaper is just shooting away at everybody with his 5 range and superior speed. The last SCV, can it hop into the bunker? It does, but the marine does jump out and does get killed. And Brother Hallion comes for the cleanup here. The poor Zealot. The poor Zealot can't be saved by the last adept. No. He immediately falls over, even though the adept joins, and this adept is actually just dying. Oh my god, he gets the shade through and kills that SCV that he really, really wanted to kill. That's the one he tried to kill with a delay. That SCV was dancing for a while. I would have actually wanted him to live. Oh boy, okay. So I was kind of expecting this Dark Shrine here in the bottom of the map and a gateway, so that's gonna be some fast warp-ins across with some invisible people. Clem is not making consistent SCVs right now. Does not have an engineering bay. He's going into a... Oh, he's going into a tech lab on the starboard though. That means he can make ravens if he wants to. Oh, he snipes the medevac. He loses the stalkers though. He loses 2 stalkers here. And there's also the Hellions in the natural. 5 probes, 7 probes. Oh my god, that's a lot of economic damage here. And the probes are coming back for another round on the Hellions. Barbecue. It's 3 Hellions. 9 probes. Can he get a couple more? This looks pretty good for Clem if you ask me. But now the DTs come in here. What does Clem have to deal with those? Is only 1 DT? Ah, it's not how this should have been. He has a second DT, but where is he? He's just walking in right now. See, he's fighting a depot. And there's the Raven, so the DT is gonna be killed off. Just try to pull away everything so you can kill more workers with the other DT in the bottom. But the first one is gonna die, the second one, I think he just moved down. He's gonna try to kill the bunker with 2 stalkers and 1 DT. Ah, he's so light on units. I mean, 18 against 6 army supply. No way that these stalkers can do any kind of damage here. The DT was seen. Clem does know it's here. No recall. No way to fight its way through. It would slice 1 marine in half, but that's about it. Now it's gonna be Zealots, it seems. Temple Archives coming online. No third base, man. Here is in such a bad spot. Clem is gonna get stim. Yeah, this is engineering bay finally on the way here. If Hero can actually get his third base up and running now, I think he's still in a solid position, but he needs to finish Storm and Charge. There's like 2 upgrades which you need to chrono boost while chrono boosting a probe count, so yeah. I think Clem also could go into a command center, which he hasn't yet. He definitely has the economy to do it. He has enough workers. That's the anti-drop and anti-raven defense here. Couple of feedbacks. And there's the third command center. This could be a long one with like a crazy start, so they will mine out their main bases way faster in a long game than it should be. That Sweet Brood War OST, definitely. Can't go back to StarCraft 2 anymore. At least not for my own stream. Now Hero's posturing here for a flank on this. He does feedback the Raven 3 times. It still drops an auto turret. And finally the first storms, but were they a little bit too late? One storm here loses a little bit of that Templar. Oh, Templar army. And there's another storm here coming in. The tank does get saved, but only to land in a storm. He doesn't get a shot off. Man, those Marines. Oh, he kills the medevac full with the Marines as well. And in the end, I think it was okay for Hero. He does get a trade on the army. And Clem, though, has the third command center behind this. I'm not sure if I really like this, because there's no fourth base going up with this. If there was a fourth behind that fight right now, I would feel way better about Hero's position, but now he kind of has to posture aggressively. Not that this is a problem for him, but he loses a High Templar with the Storm while he dropped the Storm, so he loses 2 Storms there basically. He needs to be careful not to kind of kill his own units with the Storms. Oh, there's SCVs inside the Storm. And one more to zone. The defense +1 did just finish after the fight. He's making a couple Archons and might recall this army. The Stormers behind, they're simply lacking the energy right now. I think this is actually looking like a good tempo here for Clem. Both players see each other's armies right now here. And yeah, you can already see the ghosts come in. I like the tempo for Clem, honestly, and not as much for Hero. Hero feels like a little bit slow. And that's not where he wants to be. He wants to be fast, he wants to be everywhere, he wants to be in your face, he wants to have his army on your side of the map, not his own. But that's not how this is working out right now, because he's getting pushed. And yeah, by Clem's drop here, and he needs to be defensive, but he has the units across anyways. He doesn't have enough reinforcements. Oh, he gets 1 full medevac. That's a good catch though. It could make the difference here in this whole series. He will force a lift on the 3rd. Gets another. If he gets all the medevacs, man. It's another medevac. He does not get the last 2 medevacs though, but finally some more units coming in here for the defense. And he still got away with that 1 medevac. He might find the hidden base. Oh no, he's not gonna get away. So on the tail end, this was a pretty good chase here for Hero, but the initial damage was good with the army. Oh, the MPs. So powerful on those Archons. Now coming in here on the 4th base from Hero. But a couple ghosts actually rallying in not the correct way are gonna get intercepted. One does drop an EMP first though. Then we're gonna see another Storm trying to defend this location, and we'll actually zone this out. There's the 4th command center behind this here. What race do you play, Map? I do actually play random, but my most favorite race to play would be Terran. I've been a random main for like since the beta. It's been a long time. There's your probe. Throwing down the Nexus aggressively, saying like, hey man, that's only 1 Marine, but this will actually be a cancel. Not a cancel, a kill! Oh wow, that's free money for Clem. Clem surely likes to take that one. Can he defend this though? He doesn't have the tools to deal with the Colossi, and Hero says, hey man. Hey man. There is your base gone. All your base are belong to us, and that's all he needs to do. And 1-0 for Hero. Next map will be Mothership. Let's hop into this one. Top right position we got Clem. Center bottom position it is Hero. Now this map is very interesting. And the most interesting part about this is it's a 3-player map, but pros do actually play this quite a lot. It gets through and it gets picked in most of best of 3s and best of 5s. It's very much insane if you ask me, because we used to be like, especially the pros, 3-player maps? Whoa, there's no way we can do this. 4-player maps. Whoa, there's so much RNG, I cannot scout my opponent. And now look at this. It's one of the best maps actually in the pool. Makes such interesting games. It's very aggressive. People like to play it. It's fun. It's fresh. It's great. Probably the best. It might be the actually best 3-player map we ever had in StarCraft 2. Even though we had good 3-player maps for their respective times. This one feels like the very best we have yet had in SC2. And it's fresh to see, it's really refreshing to see, to be honest, to get this development in the map pools and in the consciousness of professional StarCraft 2 that this is possible, you know? To have a 3-player map, to add a little bit of randomness, to add a different layout of a map that requires completely different expansion patterns. It does not allow for a split map scenario. So this opens up totally new possibilities on how a game could play out. And it looks good, yeah, it looks cool. Being on top of a mothership. And then you make motherships, it looks even better. It has like the burning stuff here as well. So it descends somewhere. Oh, it descends on top onto the planet basically. So we're descending onto the planet, as you can see here with the burning. So we're like... Oh, the planet is only... It's a ring. The planet is a ring. we found the issue. The planet is a ring. The planet was not a full planet. It's one of those halo rings. An unfinished planet, yeah. But we're descending. It might just be... Wait, it might just be that the planet has like... There's the night. It's like the full night. Or it might be the shadow of the mothership. Okay, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. It's the shadow of the mothership. That's basically... Like, look at this. It's like so shadowy. Yeah. It's this. You will just ignore this part, and then it's just the shadow of the mothership. It's too sharp, you say. There's a proxy gateway. That's also pretty sharp. There might be a very aggressive timing on 2 bases here for Hero. But one Adept, can it actually hold the defense line against 2 Reapers and 1 Hellion here? Another double Adept gonna join this lone Adept dying here. 1 Reaper is gonna pull away the 2 Shades, and now the rest are gonna move into the main base to try to do more damage here. Can he kill some probes? Already gets 2. Ah, they're so low. If you can get couple more shots there. I can't believe it, man. Those 2 probes. He can't believe it either, but he just simply cannot get in position to get the shots off, and the Hellion will be deflected. Oh, wait. We had 2 more Hellions and Reaper coming into the natural. They killed so much more. 10, 11 workers going down. Oh, boy. Hero is dead. Hero is dead because he didn't make a Stalker and no shield batteries. Now he had to warp in everything at home. He has 2 Stalkers across the map. He's trying to delay this base, but he only delays the mining there. He didn't kill any workers. He's down 8 SCVs or workers himself. Still worker production here for Clem on that low ground. Man, Hero, can he come back from that one? It's such a deficit. It's insane. He's down in workers, 6 workers, and he doesn't have mules, right? So there's a lot of income that's missing from right now. He doesn't have blink. So he's just walking there, like, hey, I have blink. He actually doesn't. He doesn't have a Twilight. This is just units, it's just a gateway attack. Now there's a tank, no blink stalkers, they even lose to the SCVs if pulled correctly. If we can finish a bunker here on the low ground, he sold his own one on the high ground, yeah, I think he has still one over here. But if he can finish a bunker on the low ground, it's such an easy defense for him. Hero does see what's up there. He's still frantically chrono boosting out probes, but it's such a difficult time for him to catch up on workers. Now the army is coming in though. He's trying to make a Twilight. He does kill 1 tank, but the 2nd tank was fast enough to join the fray here. A few SCVs are gonna fall. I can't believe this Adept lives. Well, Clem's Marines also didn't believe it and they shot him down. That mule needs to get work in here. And finally, Clem will be able to secure his low ground, or will he? He is quite low on units. He should probably fight with a few SCVs to just overwhelm this once and for all. Even a fresh mule is gonna try to bring his full damage. A second tank. So one is gonna siege up here again, and the other one is gonna siege down here. No, he actually won't siege it, he's just gonna push down the stalkers. The normal tank mode is actually quite strong against stalkers if in low numbers. Oh, he didn't raise the depots, and Hero can't believe it either, so he doesn't actually fall for the trick. And he just gets stuck on the ramp here. He shades forward and he loses the last adept. Now what did he manage to do behind this? He manages to start another Dark Shrine. He doesn't have the extra gases. He doesn't have the extra gateways. He whoops in more adepts, so he saves gas for this. Common DT stuff, but man, he actually eclipsed in worker count, but there's gonna be the drop heading across the map. He only has these 3 adepts right now as the whole full army. He will actually get into the main base, but even just the SCVs with the reinforcements are gonna be able to deal with this. There's nothing at home. And Clem, he doesn't see the Dark Shrine yet, but there's gonna be a Stalker being warped in, so he has to commit to a fully defensive warp in. He sees now the Dark Shrine, immediately adds a turret at home. It's gonna drop into the main, there's no shield battery with this. And just having to fight with probes is a pretty bad proposition here for the Probus player. Clem even focusing down on probes. Only kills 4, so pretty good defense all in all. I think you just stay there in the third and try to fight with the Stalkers and the probes that are there. Honestly, as you get the first drop out. So we got 3 tanks now, we got turrets in 2 locations here. I want to see one more here kind of in between or on that high ground here. Just to give some vision on top of that on a ramp. I mean, look at this. This is not a vision, so can't just put this down. You will even get out, and you wasted the scan. That's like probably the, if Hero can do that about 15 more times, I think he has a lead, you know. And he also contained Clem for a very long time, so Clem didn't have the income that he was supposed to have, as you can see, and he actually doesn't have the money to make his third command set until just now. We do see the third Nexus being warped in here. For Hero, he's gonna throw down a pylon to try and say like, hey Marine, I can still do things even if you kill me. And that DT got shot down by the tank. DT Blink coming in here again. And we do see a forge. So Hero has a good read, I feel like, on the game. He sees there's still no third for his opponent. He sees the army, he knows what it's made of. I mean, if it comes to a fight right now, he's dead, right? Don't get me wrong. But if he can get up all of his gates, he has charge. If he can get a couple of warp-ins, a couple of rounds, and get these upgrades going, things are gonna start to look different. And man, the probes even coming off the line to kill off that Marine. So Hero comes in again with a DT here. SCV's trying to fight it, but that's not a winnable fight here. And of course this is a blink DT now, so they can blink out. But we do see the SCV pool here. Clem has enough of this, just says, alright, let's go. And Hero smartly is throwing down single-file DTs into this, is trying to kill the tanks, and that means he forces scans, because you cannot lose the tanks with this. Now, there's SCV, so I want to see a turret immediately. Make a turret. Literally, like, make one now. He has the SCVs. He's not sealing up the tanks, that's a big mistake here. Stalker's coming in, but maybe he can just still win this fight. Maybe the army was still too strong. He has so many scans saved up, and it doesn't matter in the end. Clem does take the mothership. So he wins the rumble on top of the planet. Or above the planet. GG here. And we go into our next map. 1-1 situation, so we will see at least 2 more maps in this best of 5. And if we're lucky, we even might see 3. Score is 1-1. Set it up, there we go. And the map will be the White Rabbit. So we go into the Matrix right now. Top right, Hero, bottom left, Clem. We are inside the Matrix. It has these weird matrix things. We got like green stuff floating everywhere, as you can see here. There's like green boxes down here. So yes, this is a computer simulation, ladies and gentlemen. Quite literally. Let's have a quick look at the expansions. There's no gold bases here, I think, no. So we have like this weird base, which has like 4 and 4, kind of split like this, and then these rocks behind. This looks kind of funny. But that's about it on if it comes down to weird bases. I haven't really seen too many games on this map yet, and I would like to see more. If you had to play against Heroes Cannon Rush, which race would you pick? Terran, yeah. Definitely Terran. Maybe Protoss to just counter cannon, you know. But I think Terran is just the best to deal with a cannon rush. There's like a very funny way to deal with a cannon that's boxed in. You lift your command center, you put in F5 SCVs, you float over, you drop the SCVs inside the knock, and then you kill off the cannon. And you go back to mining again. It's like the anti-cannon rush Terran. But yeah, you got like shooting people and stuff like that, so yeah, I feel like it seems so committed. Yeah, actually it wins though. It's so funny, but it wins. There's a clip from Indy against Parting from a ladder game, and Indy does that as a Terran. He plays, his main race is also Protoss, right? So it's not even his main race, but yeah, he hits Parting as the Terran, and there's like a clip from him where he just does that and Parting instantly GG's. Because it seems so committed, but actually it's not, because you are not delaying your tech as the Terran player. You're delaying a little bit of income, but what does the Protoss have across the map? He has a forge, he can't even make a Zealot, right? So you can just box in the Protoss at that point if you want to with your 2 Marines and build a bunker across the map. You can do whatever you want, you have so much freedom. But yeah, like also the thing is, if the Protoss, this was like a position like this literally, so he commits to 3 pylons like that, right? And they finish up, he makes the cannon. So then he drops the Marines on top of the cannon, he kills the cannon, it's done, but he has the 3 pylons here. That's 300 minerals plus the 50 from the cancel or whatever it is. There's so much money invested, and the probe goes down, so it's about a nexus you lose there in money, which doesn't do anything for you, and that throws you so far behind. It's way less than that mining time you lose from dropping the SCVs and lifting the CC. It's a funny thing that I've seen, but it was actually the correct response, so you just have to execute it correctly, and then you can kill cannon rushes with floating command centers. You cancel your command center, boop, and your orbital, drop the SCVs, and then you're good to go. But also I think Hero is probably not the one with the best cannon rushes in the game. Let me think, who might be the best one with cannon rushes who's active right now? I'd probably give it to MaxPax. Like from the high level players. Who do we have for Protoss on Korean scene though? Probably Classic, yeah. I'd probably give it to him. He probably has the best from the active high level Protoss players. Maybe even worldwide. Classic can kind of do it all. And very good. But yeah, there's not like, you know, people like Zest, people like Parting, who used to be extremely good with those strategies. They're just not playing right now. I'm not sure what Zest, where he's hiding, unfortunately, I have no idea. Like he officially retired, but did he actually do it? Apparently there was some rumors that, so military service in Korea, right? You got it? And then if you are an orphan or a half orphan, you don't have to do it. But you have to do if you're like a half orphan, you can't do the military service, but you have to do like a civil service. So I think the big difference is that you can earn money in the civil service, or it might just not be, I'm not sure, but like the thing is, the biggest issue with that is the military service it's basically you can kind of delay and postpone, but the civil service apparently you can't, so you don't actually know when the message is gonna come and then you have to go. So I think that was his situation, because like he has no father, right? His father died at a very young age. So that's the situation with Zest apparently. It's a half orphan and has to do the civil service, and that's why he retired when he did. If he would have kept playing, man, he would have might have been the greatest of all time, honestly. Because he was retiring a little bit at his peak, or at his like he was still winning tournaments when he was retiring. So that was quite a surprise to me, and imagine that guy would have hit Esports World Cup a couple times, or Gamers 8 or whatever. He might have actually picked up 1 or 2 of those. You never know, right? He is one of those caliber of people, could have done it. What? So he sees the DT and he's like, alright man, we're not gonna do the 2 base push. We're not gonna do the SCV pull, but there's 4 bases behind this. Hero man playing like the master of greed. And he's playing 3 games in a row, he's playing DTs. You'd think this would get one-dimensional at one point, but actually he's just making this work. He's using them like Blink Stalkers, he's going in 1 by 1. And he's always getting Blink DT, it's crazy. He's forcing so many scans, he's really abusing the fact that there's no Raven. Oh man, is he gonna drop his Supply Depot? No, he has the scan. He wants to use this scan aggressively with his army here across the map, but now he needs to use it defensively. Does he have enough firepower? There's the blink out. Oh, both DTs do save themselves and they can't kill the command center if they want to. Oh my god, you need to make a freaking turret clamor. I can't believe it. Oh, cancel. He also cancels the base on the other side. Oh my god, it's Mapu. Thank you so much. It's also Hero and Clem and they're going hammered it right now. So Clem does cancel this base, but I feel like the damage being dealt to him is far worse. These 2 DTs, he still, he did restart the 3rd in the natural location. There should be a turret here to cover that range, or the vision. But man, those DTs, let's have a look at the kills. Only 2 and 2, but they are actually so annoying. Canceling the command center, killing a reactor or whatever it was. Now he still has 1 left over. There's another DT coming with his army. He will cancel this base again. If this is cancelled again, man. Best observer ever, in your opinion. Thank you so much for the compliment. You might be the best viewer ever, in my opinion. But those are very difficult stats to compete. So DT throwing down another reactor here. Still in that main base. He gives the high ground vision as well, and he just comes in and says, GG man. Hero just pushes through. If it were true, you would have already known. Okay. Then we'll still have to give out that award to someone else, I guess. That's fine. Winter Madness here is gonna be the next map. So 2-1 for Hero. Looking strong with DTs in 3 games? Is this the new meta? DT? Not Blink Stalkers, but DT. Blink DTs. What, spin the wheel? What wheel? Let's go into the game here. Bottom right, we got Hero. Top left, we got Clem with the T-wheel. Who gets number 1 shatter? Oh, you get it easily. There's still Boom Chakalaka and MW in the chat, but they're like semi-active, so they only post when they have something to say, actually. No offense. But you're welcome if you want to grab number 1 chatter. Please go ahead. Alrighty. So Hero, of course, again with his probe. And will he get a kill this time? I've seen him get 2 SUVs into the red. I think it was on the first map. Can he make it again? Now let's see, honestly the big question is gonna be, is this gonna be another game with DTs here? No blink, charge DT. He has been playing this for 3 maps in a row. It did work 2 times. Is it gonna work a 4th time? Is he gonna do it a 4th time? Oh boy, you've been typing for a long time then. Definitely earlier than me. 1949. I was 4 years at that stage when you were already typing in the IRC. Yo, thanks for tuning in, of course. Always much appreciated. Hope you drop by anytime soon again. A factory opening here for Clem. It's gonna play with a delayed command center. A little bit more tech. Could go... Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Psychons. Hope you have a good day. So Clem, let's get back to this. He's gonna delay his command center a little bit. He could go again for the Hellion Reaper stuff, and looks like he's gonna do it. He did do very well, I think, in game 2 with that. And as a reaction, we saw the Dark Shrine then. That was the Mothership game, if you remember. And there's gonna be the Twilight again. It's a lot of Stalker production this time though, so that indicates a little more Blink to me, and not again the DTs. Because I don't think he did... Wait, did he just kill? Oh yeah, with the Hellion. I thought almost that was a kill with a worker. I only hear the sound. It's always hard to decide, stay to watch or play yourself. You can do both. You don't have to decide. You can do both. Alright, so Clem pushing in now, but can't find an opening. 3 Stalkers, just too powerful of a defense against this kind of unit squad here. And this time it's gonna be that Blink that we've been so dearly missing here from people, from Hero. We the people have been missing that. He's gonna repair that Hellion, and we will see actually a Medivac joining with this up. So he's gonna bring in 1 Widowmine. Is he gonna drop the Hellions as well, or is he gonna try to walk through the past this Stalker army? Already 5 Stalkers though. Hero has been fully committed to Stalkers from the get-go. He's gonna split his forces here, he's gonna drop the Widowmine. Hero's gonna pull back the Stalkers, and as soon as he sees the Stalkers come in, he will try to do something with this group, but oh my god! How did the Widowmine hit things? I think it killed a Stalker and a Probe. And now he comes in, goes into the main. Oh, that's the Terran for you. That's like a Mad Max moment. That was beautifully done here by Clem. He's gonna kill so many workers. 7, 8, 9, make it 9. What a move. And he gets out with the Medivac, and that's kind of all he needs to do here. Keep the Medivac for the follow-up push. That was a beautiful opening here. He did, of course, sacrifice all of the units, but in total he kills 10 probes, 1 Stalker for a Widowmine, a couple of Hellions and 3 Reapers. Definitely worth it if you ask me here. We will see that reflected very soon in the income. But actually, man, Hero has so many workers. He had so many workers, like... Oh my god! Frickin' Blink into... Up the ramp into the SCV pole? Oh, this is game. Oh, Hero. Oh, my Hero. So Clem did an SCV pole while I was looking at the other side of the map, and Hero was here, and he blinked here, and... there was the SCVs in the army. So now he just pulls back the SCVs because he killed all the Stalkers already. There's still, but Hero made so many Stalkers, he still has 5 and he can still trade against this. Now the tanks have to move with the Marines here. Is he gonna do another SCV pull now? I don't think so, but this is only 2 bases for our Protoss. This doesn't look good. Oh my god, he does it again. 4 Stalkers, they can one-shot an SCV. They're just gonna walk with the SCVs. Oh, 1 Marine is gonna kill a Stalker here. Yeah! Jimmy does do the trick. 2 more Marines. The SCVs and the Marines are just holding off the Stalkers. Only 3 Stalkers to defend. This army is kind of going uncontested across the map. 1 Immortal, 1 Force Field. and 4 Stalkers and a shield battery. Can they hold the line? Stim is done. 2 tanks siege up. The Immortal pops immediately. Oh, whoa, whoa. 1 AoE shot into the probes is all you need. There's the SCVs coming across. The Stalkers do reinforce from behind. Oh my god, is Hero actually doing this? He loses a lot of workers, but actually, man, what the F? Is Hero gonna do this? Really? Okay. Okie dokie. Wow. So now he has a lot of Stalkers. This looks like an impossible situation to lose now for Hero, doesn't it? I mean, he lost a lot of workers. The work count is even, and we do have mules for the Terran, so the income should be in the advantage for our red player here. But the army is looking quite formidable. It's 10 Blink Stalkers, an Immortal, an Observer, and it's only 11 Marines. There's a Stalker for each Marine almost, and there's nothing really to deal with the Stalkers if they maneuver correctly, right? So he has that 1 tank, he's sieging that up quite defensively, he's sticking on the high ground with the Marauders. Marauder getting sniped here, a little bit of a missed blink I want to say there. Does snipe the Observer as well, I think that's a crucial moment. There's no follow-up Observer, tank is in a good position here, saving that natural base, but there's the Immortal walking in, maybe a little bit too slow, just eats the tank shot, triggers the barrier and walks away again. Prism comes in. Great stall here, yeah. Clem is stalling this attack quite a bit. I feel like Hero is not executing this correctly. Now he blinks into the tank range. He does kill a few SCVs, but this is more of a harassment now for him than anything else. The Immortal gets caught by the drop. Oh boy. Hero needs something, some W's here. He's trying to force those, but it looks like it's just not happening. Now he has a couple of Stalkers here. This looks like the Stalkers have armor against the Marines. They're not taking damage whatsoever. Finally, 1 Stalker does fall. He does also scout the Temple Archives. He scouts the upgrade being researched, so that's a good moment for him. And he just says, alright, if you're researching, that means you don't have it right now, do you? Let's go across. Let's hit you again. Let's try to kill that Nexus. If he can cancel this Nexus, he has 3rd base behind this himself. He's gonna be so far ahead. There's gonna be that drop trying to come in, but Storm isn't even ready yet. 4 seconds. Is Hero noticing? He drops out the Templar, he loses the Prism. No Storm was casted, so he loses 2 Storms there in an instant. And only has 1 left over with his army here. And there it is, dropped. So now he has to wait for the energy. I think he has like 4 more seconds to go here to get 1 additional Storm, but definitely you want to use like 2 or 3 Storms at once to really blanket an area and force the Terran just to eat some damage. This base is gone. Boom. And he just jumps on top of the army because the obstruction is gone. There's no real defense line here for Hero left over. Only few Stalkers walking back there. And Clem, he can just pack up and go home. He has the 3rd base killed. He has the 3rd base himself, which is about to land. He needs to reinforce this. He needs to grow the army. He needs to leverage his economy. He scans another Observer here. He needs to be careful though. I think this is gonna get caught. The tank is gonna go down for sure. The Widowmine at least is gonna get a connection on that Immortal. Oh, it's funny now, the Storms to kill Widowmines in 1 Storm, I guess, right? There's 110 damage. We need to see Widowmine HP. Where's the Widowmine? There's a Widowmine somewhere. There's a Widowmine somewhere. 110. He's making 2 right now. The game can't finish before. Hero, hold on for just a little bit longer. He will push back. He's trying to get his 3rd base. Maybe he blinked a little bit too far. Where's the Widowmines? There they are. So 90 HP. Yes, they will die in 1 storm if they just sit there. We got that figured out. I'm so glad. The hero is still fighting on here. How many gateways does he have? 5 gateways. This is like an odd number, right? You don't really see. You see 6, you see 4, you see 3, you see 8, sometimes 7, but 5 is like the most unusual number. It's like, man, I need units, but I can't afford more than 1 extra gate, so let's go. 5 gateways. Now he cannot lose the Nexus. Can he defend it though? Does he have the unit power? I don't think he does. Double Widowmines are gonna decimate the front line, which was only 2. Zealots, but this Bioforce is also not really big. There's a few units just trailing behind, not inside the fight. Finally, a Prism joins in again. It's just low units against low units, just tiny micro battles against each other all time here. If you can snipe that Prism, that's gonna be game. Oh, he gets a good EMP on that. And Hero decides to save a Zealot. And he does actually save it. Wow. Clem is gonna split his forces. He still has one Marine to try to deny this base. The Marine comes in, it's gonna shoot down the probe. No! Oh man, he even picks up the probe. Crazy. And he tries to add 2 more gates. Hero is kind of stabilizing. It's crazy to say, but he is stabilizing. Clem is taking a 4th base behind this, all of this aggression, but his aggression is just not able to push through. You will definitely get a cancel here though. That's an easy cancel. You need to escape that one. There we go. Oh, can he, if he ever at any point snipes a Prism with 3 High Templars inside, I think that's gonna be enough, you know. Coming into the 3rd base now, he scans the natural, sees the reinforcements running through there in their sides. He does not want to drop there. He's gonna drop into the 3rd, but a bunch of Stalkers are coming down here, trying to fight off this army. And the Marines are kind of getting displaced from that medevac. They still kill a bunch of probes, which is quite nice, but oh, the reinforcements at home. Are they going to be enough? Maybe there's going to be the big sandwich happening now. He kills the Immortals, which are trailing behind here. And now the army from the top needs to come as well. Clem, you need to use your units. Maybe you don't even. Maybe he even has enough without those. Gonna snipe the last Immortals, the last Stalkers, the remainders of the Protoss force. The color is dead. Can Shakura save them? I don't think so. There's no DTs in this game this time. One more Storm. Try and seal the deal, but the last MP is gonna hit all of the High Templars here. One Archon is gonna get morphed, but that's a free kill basically. It's just a stall. The stalling tool here does not work as well. The Vikings are gonna land. Clem is gonna take this 4th map and making it a actual 5 map best of 5. What a crazy game. What an action-packed game. So scrappy, yeah, I agree. A lot of stalling, very intelligent kind of small fights by both players and the defensive, and I feel like the offensive was always like, I'm gonna snowball now, I'm gonna snowball now, and it never worked for both players when they went on the offensive. That was so crazy to see. It's very rare you get those situations actually in a pro game, because usually the reads are quite good from the pros, right? Okay, so we got Hero here in the top right, and we got Clem in the bottom left. And this seems to be a little bit of an aggressive map, usually in the map pool, but let's see and wait how this is gonna play out. We saw Q, I think, camping on this on 3 bases until like minute 18 with 10 Liberators sieging up this space. And Hero, what did he do, the madman? He did not come from there. He came from here 3 times and killed him. So let's see how this is gonna work out and shape up. Very much excited to see another game here between these 2 players. By the way, thank you everybody for tuning in today, and I hope you guys, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit the follow button also on my YouTube channel. It's free on any platform to follow, and it does support me very much. Appreciate it, that little bit of support. Thank you so much. Engineering my block. And this time Hero does not have a probe down here to check for this. He's actually gonna go to another base to block this. So he forces Hero to take... He forces him out of 2 locations. That's an interesting play. That means Clem really wanted Hero to commit into this north base or into the center base. Now Hero takes the north base, and that's apparently what Clem wanted. Now if I look at this kind of layout by the Protoss, it's a stretch in the north. That means there might be an opportunity for a drop play into the main base, coming from the south. So interesting approach here by Hero. Sorry, by Clem. And Hero has to kind of play along for now. Command Center being placed on the high ground here has been delayed a few times in the series already. Wants to play the safe and nice behind that wall there. There's a dead mothership. That's the mothership we played on earlier. Now it broke. And so we are actually on that planet. So we know now the planet and have identified it. It's called Tourmaline. Tourmaline, whatever pronunciation you like. The mothership looks smaller. Well, and way smaller. Way smaller. No. I think it's the same. I mean, just look at it. It just crashed. That's why it looks different now. Adapts across the map is gonna pressure that reactor, and you will see that there's no way to delay the command center, and that makes him a little bit unhappy, I think. Now there's no Hellion Reaper pushing in with this, but we will see some Hellions at least. Now, of course, if you force a base so far away from the natural, you kind of want to utilize Hellions, but it's also an easy read for the Protoss. The mothership went through a shrinking process because it crashed down on the planet, so 99% of it did dissolve in the air. And that's basically just the core that's just sitting down there. But there was a planet on the background. You saw the planet, right? Do you remember the planet? So it was crashing down somewhere. It was already, there was already like the burning appearing, the burn marks. Maybe... where's the other one? Maybe it's this one. Maybe this is just... okay, let's say this is parts of the mothership that did already fall down, and the rest is still like, if you are actually inside the Hellion and look inside the sky, you'll see the mothership still descending, okay? Let's settle for that one. That should satisfy everybody. Okay, so we got that out of the way. We got a Robo starting up that prism, and Blink is gonna finish here. We do have how many gateways? 2, 3 gates for our Protoss. So 3 gate Blink aggression. It looks so funny how spread out he is, but it also creates a lot of vision, kind of. And he does have a good army. Clem needs to be careful. He's gonna send out a Raven to do some harassment. He has 1 bunker, but he doesn't have too many tanks, only 1 behind, and that's sieged up in the main, very safe, but not assisting this push in the natural. And the Adepts are gonna go in here. The Marines are gonna get pulled back. The bunker will be broken. Clem, you need to reinforce the bunker. Yeah, there you go. You will pull the SCV. And he will kill most of the Stalkers. Oh, what? So the double double auto turret did also kill 4 probes. In the end, more economic damage was done to Hero than was to Clem. You see 1 siege tank, the second siege tank does reinforce there onto the low ground, and the one on the high ground still standing strong is gonna shoo away the Stalkers which try to blink in here. There's only 3 Stalkers remaining, so I always like to see a production type like this. Reactor, double depot, 2 SCVs, a couple of Marauders, a couple of Marines. 3 upgrades. On the other side we got Storm. Now he's adding charge and a couple of gateways. So there's 4 things. Now there's a 5th thing. And there's your Nexus. Number 3 coming in, finally taken as natural. I like these gates being here on the 3rd base, kind of making this a little bit beefier. Prism still holding those 4 Stalkers. Might want to change soon for some Zealots. Once he hits charge, most likely. There's a observer being placed here in the north. And there's the 2 bunkers with 5 Marines inside. That's a funny kind of setup there. So he salvages one bunker, and that's the high HP bunker, which is interesting to me. But it's also the one that's more defensive. Kills one of the stalkers, kills the second one. Kakao Shreds does not get a catch though with the Marauders. And there's the Storm Drop! Oh, brother, that's a lot of damage there on the SCV line. If he does one more Storm Drop. Ooh, 8 SCVs do fall. They need to be healed up by the Medivacs. Yeah, that's actually something you need to do here, Clem. But that also means the Medivacs are not with this army. There's only 2 here right now and not 4. So no pickup potential here right now. One Archon was morphed here on the left. That's gonna come in as well in this fight. Nice dodge on the Storm, actually dealing more damage to the Zealots than... Oh, he will kill 2 of the Observers. Wow. Immediately picking up a drop here, going into the north. The SCV line has been healed up, is quite healthy now. Marauders so low here, are gonna get picked off there. That's an expensive loss on the tail end. Wants to get those healed up most likely. Why is he pushing back so aggressively? He sees his army from here, is like, alright man, I need to get behind my bunker, which is not filled up. On top of my ramp. Oh, no. One storm in this location would spell disaster, but it's not happening. But that was a good storm on the ramp, though. Where's the Templar? Now, there is your Marine Force. They could snipe a Forge. It's not gonna do it. We'll leave one behind to cover the retreat. And then drop into the main base. But there should be another round of warping ready here very soon. Is he even gonna drop out? Because everything's kind of in place here. Even though he can't catch the Medivac, he won't get caught himself. No, the Medivac. Okay, it's gonna survive here. I really want to see how many kills this High Templar has. Oh, he loads up 3 fresh ones, so now I need to know which is the one that actually, you know, did throw down the storms. And Hero is like, alright man, I'm Hero. I have a 4th Nexus in production. It's time for me to push my 62 army supply into your 81 once again and be aggressive and trade. And he just immediately turns around because there's so much firepower here for Clem. Throws down a feedback on one of those ghosts. He throws down another feedback. So those are not the High Templars. Oh, I guess he lost the High Templar, or he made it into an Archon. I guess this one might have been the Instructor. 12 kills. There we go. Armory on the way, Engineering Bay on the way. So we already have the Ghosts as the addition into the army. There's gonna be the 4th base. He's gonna make more depots there. A little bit aggressively. And a couple of 3 Medivacs actually are splitting off here from the army. And Hero also is rotating to a different spot. He's looking for a 4th base, but there is none on location yet. Finally he sees the triple Medivac, but did he actually see it? No reaction as of yet. Finally that Colossus is turning around. He's gonna recall there. That's a good thing you get there as Clem, but also he will get pushed into this corner, and that's 3 Medivacs full of supply. That's so much supply just sitting there. 110 you have, but there's literally like, I don't know, 30 supply just waiting here. That makes these actual engagements way better here for Hero. But I mean, if you just run in 12 Zealots, they'll just die if they run into the full army, as you can see here. Clem is trying to catch as many as he can here with that Marauder in the front, slowing everything down. Oh, and actually let that one go. And the Planetary will be morphed. Also, the drop did get out, so it did land. He will pick up this again, most likely. Nice EMP there. He catches the Prism. He loses a bunch of the stuff, though. But he's still going with this. He's trying to immediately go into the main base, but 5 more Stalkers been warped in here to shut this down ASAP, and Clem cannot commit to this whatsoever. There's a bunker here, but there's nothing in sight, so might want to move a marine in or something. Getting 3 more barracks here, going finally up to 8 barracks. It's again such a scrappy game between these two players. So far, Clem is more efficient, but have a look at the income. It's also a little more efficient in the income here for Hero. So Hero's been mining more. Clem is definitely more efficient. This map is, oh my god, actually that's Cass's fight here. Can't believe that he actually plowed down the planetary. What's going on, man? Hero just right-clicking on the planetary, saying like, man, you can't repair this because I have my storms. I zone your SCVs away. There's no way you can do that. But Clem says, alright, if you sacrifice army for my planetary, I can just go across and kill you. But his army is half dead. He needs to heal up first. He needs to get this base back up and running. He's starting another 4th base. That's gonna be very slow. But Hero, then again, only is on 5 bases himself, running in with the Stalkers into the vision blocker, not really working out for him. This base is gonna get cancelled. +2 weapons. Finishing up now after the fight. Clem, yet another power spike. He needs to move that tank, I think, a little bit. He can actually land or place another command center down there. He's gonna make 1 more command center. He should probably make 1 on location. I mean, you have... or maybe here next to this location also. I don't know. In front of the tank, you know. He has like the vision turret there, right? Oh, this is very well defended. A filled up bunker. A bunch of bio units. A ghost with EMP. If he has a quick EMP on the zealots... yeah, the MP hits mostly the Stalkers, but it's still a very good defense, and the army is so quick to turn here as well. He will kill so many of those Stalkers, which are the more expensive unit you don't really want to lose. Oh my god, Hero's gonna lose potentially all of them. Oh, 1 is gonna survive until the last missile hits him. 2 Zealots are still inside the mineral line, dealing a little bit of damage at least. 1 has 7 kills, 1 has 5 kills. Pretty good between the 2 of them. And now Hero's trying to cancel that 4th base again. The 1 tank is still sitting here, but he will get killed off. And now the command center lands, but can he actually save this position? Hero's gonna try to do the same trick again, just right click on the command center and zone with storms. No, he's not gonna do it. The Ghost sniping all of these High Templars here, so clutch, and now the fight is gonna turn in favor of Clem. He's gonna push this away. He has 2-2 finished up. +3 is on the way. He kills 1 Colossi, but there's just too many Colossi. He simply doesn't have enough Vikings, only 2. He can't really commit into a big fight, so Clem says, alright, it's time to do a 5-drop medevac drop. Let's go. And now this army is so tiny. Now Hero sees this, gonna first jump on the opportunity, but also this tells him the army moved. Half of the army moved, so he knows he needs to be wary. He knows he has to potentially recall, and there it goes. He's gonna recall to this base. Can he save it though? Oh, that's a small recall. And he does not save the base. 1 Ghost gets left behind here. He screams in agony as he has to accept that fate. Clem now double expanding here. Can you hold on to these bases though? The mobile army definitely goes to Hero. A couple of EMPs there on 1 H Templar. Misses the 2nd one. He's trying to go in with the Vikings, but the guarding of the Stalker is actually pretty good. 1 more High Templar coming from the north here. A couple actually with storms in the package. Planetary. It's gonna assist in this defense. Shoot down the Zealots here. Also, it's gonna add a little bit of AoE to the Zealots. It has 40 damage, so it should not be underestimated. Now we're gonna see that push again, but he will not be able to break this planetary this time. The repair was too fast. And Clem already sitting on 2 starboards. It's gonna make 1 more. In the natural, actually. So he will have at least 5 Vikings if he adds an add-on. Could be 6 Vikings at a time. Ship weapons level 2 on the way here. 1 Ghost trying to do the miracle EMP but didn't work out. I think he still got the EMP off though. And that might have been the last High Templar. at least in the mix. There's actually a few more, and they're instantly rotated out and in. So one Stalker to pull down the army here. He will kill the Stalker, but will he expose himself a little bit too much on the planetary? Maybe not. Still in position to kind of recoup here and go again at it. Oh, don't stop repairing the planetary. Man, Clem has so many medevacs. 11 medevacs, 14 Vikings, 28 Marauders, 8 Marines, 10 Ghosts. What an army. On the other side we got 4 Mortals, 11 Zealots, 3 Archons, 5 Colossi, 6 High Templars and 8 Stalkers here. Both players are maxed out, trying to go in. A lot of storms hitting the Vikings, quite nice damage. The Vikings haven't dealt with the Colossi yet. The Colossi just walking in. The Stalkers are trying to snipe those, but so far things are looking good for Clem. It seems like this army is just pushing forward, and now he's falling back again. He does not say I want to overcommit, he does say I want to win the game, I want to win this series, I want to win this tournament. So I'm gonna fall back, I'm gonna recoup again, I'm gonna fill up my army again, I'm gonna wait for more upgrades, I'm gonna wait for more economic advantages. I'm gonna repair my Vikings, that's a very good move actually. And Hero is there though, Hero is there, you need to be careful Clem, he cannot fight without the Vikings. He does lose a bunch of armies here, a bunch of units. And Hero is taking all the map. He has everything which is not taken by Clem, and even one that Clem wants to take. But the resource trading is so good for Clem. He's almost 10k in advantage here. And if this goes to a split map scenario, it's gonna be so good for Clem. Like, with the 10k advantage, I think you can afford being one base behind. It's a very difficult map to split for a turn. This feels like the only last realistic map base that he can take. Now there's a cannon shooting away at the already almost burning command center. Can he get that burning with the cannon? The army in the north is gonna clear this remote position there. Oh, the disruptor almost hitting his own guys. Needs to be careful there. Loses a few Colossi as well. Good Viking control, but you need to make a few more Vikings. We're gonna go into that Liberator switch now. Liberator range coming in, and the first few Liberators. He has the medevac upgrade already, so they should be caduceus reactor. Yeah, they should be regenerating a lot more energy per second. I think doubling it or something. Clem is still holding on everywhere, dodging the disruption novas, needs to remake that turret ASAP, he needs that vision. And he will clear another base for Hero. If this goes on, Hero is gonna lose this game. Hero needs a transition, he needs Tempests. As terrible as it sounds, it feels like he needs Tempest. And there's already a big Viking count, so is it even worth it? He just keeps on making Colossi. Triple Robo, by the way. 1, 2, 3, all in different locations, kind of funny. There's another group of Zealots, a band of Zealots, a gaggle of Zealots, whatever you want to call it, a club of Zealots. Come down here, try to kill this base, but they won't even finish off one turret here. Should probably try to kill the sensor tower, I think. It's one of the best structures you can kill. Clem is trying to push him into the bottom right, but Hero did, I think he might have recalled or at least rotated to that position. Disruptors trying to hit everything with the Novas, but nice pickups here. Not really finding the damage they're looking for, only a couple kills each time. One Colossus again, a little bit exposed. Clem trying to jump on this one. Of course cannot be sloped, but Marauders are just a little bit too powerful for one exposed Colossi here. High Templar getting sniped. We see the... This one doesn't have an EMP though, so he needs to go for the snipe. He doesn't have the energy for a snipe, he needs to auto-attack him. He needs to auto-attack him to death. And it worked because there was no observer. So stupid. Okay, so he snipes finally that sensor turret. He comes back into the army, is still cloaked. It's gonna be probably stay cloaked until he runs out of energy. Disruption Nova again, hitting not even... he hits one unit, but he doesn't kill anything. Zealots are trying to run through here. A few few of them will get shut down by reinforcements. Liberators and Ghosts are not the best units to chase down Zealots. But he does finally manage to finish this. Needs to be careful though, he has so many Ghosts back at home. He needs more in the front as well. And now it's kind of a slow push-in with the Liberators. There's more storms. It comes down to the storms. If Hero can get Miracle Storms over and over again, then the game is his, but as long as Clem kind of makes those beautiful EMPs work and snipes work, well then Hero hasn't really a good chance with his current army set. And he might decide to go for a base trade. He's kind of on course to do that. Now Clem does scout the bottom base and he thinks like, alright man, you're probably going for a base trade, and he is right, he is pulling back his army. I think it's a good move by Clem. Hero, his idea might already been broken before it's even come to fruition. He will at least get a base, but that's a very big investment of his army. He paid with a lot of units to get that kill. And there's already another command center just waiting down here to retake that location. It's not going to be planetary this time though. And he will be rotating to the north here. Can he get one more base? If he can kill 2 bases, I mean that's at least one tit for tat, you know. It's gonna trade for that one down here. It needs to kind of finish off that one, or it will be an easy replace here. And unfortunately he won't be able to do that. Clem finally scouts this one here in the north. Sees, oh you're already mining here. 4 out of 3, 4 out of 3. Hero really emphasizing on efficiency here. There's the command center trying to float over, but this position is not Clem's currently to take. Can Hero make this work here somehow? And where's the rest of the army? Ah, there it is. I was wondering, Clem, this is not all of your army. You have 150 army supply. Wait, there needs to be way more army. He has 11 Liberators, 25 Marauders. I mean, there's so many Liberators spread out everywhere. There's a few Liberators now coming down here. You need to scan to actually see far enough. It's kind of funny. But he doesn't see far enough. He doesn't actually see this. And there's the last mining base gone for Clem. So he did re-establish this one, he did re-establish this one, but that's the last full mining base. Oh, if he can kill the Prism with 4 High Templars inside, he doesn't get it. This is such a messy game at this point. Even Zealots being left behind here are killing SCVs, which are just still on the mining path there. We have 2 Medivacs trying to come in. One is almost gonna get killed by cannons, out of all things. He needs to drop immediately. And there we go. The sniper with the fast hip shot there from the Stalker. It's gonna kill that one Medivac. There's so many probes idle here right now. Oh my god, he needs to remote control mine that. Yeah, no, he needs to. And this Liberator needs to move a half a pixel forward. I guess he will get killed. That Ghost is still invisible. Oh, Cloak again! Come on! Why did you decloak, bro? Cloak again and just be on hold position, kill so many probes because they, I think, 2-shot probes? These +3 ones do. And there we go, some nice storms there on the ramp. Hero still has the means to make this work, but this is not even half of Clem's army. Look at the army supply, it's 150 to 50. He's tripling his opponent's army supply, not in a good way. In a very, very bad way. Only 30 SCVs here to 50 probes. Hero supply is down, the dumpsters, he's only at 100 right now. He's still fighting aggressively because he's Hero, he knows how to do this. Loses the Prism, loses the Templar, he still kills another base. It's just impossible what he is able to achieve with just his fluid movements. And there's probes, those have been recalled from the north base, and the income is almost gone. He needs to have this base again. He needs to use basically High Templars. He needs to save money. He has one more gas, that is natural, he needs to take that one. He's out of gases as well. He needs to take that actually. It's a fresh gas geyser. So he can make more High Templars. We haven't seen the Colossus in a long time, and the oh my god! It's 23k, 24k ahead for Clem. While he only lost... It's crazy. This is crazy, man. He killed so many Protoss units, and Hero made so many Protoss units, it's insane. I think this might be the last hurrah here from Hero. GG is gonna be called. Clem is gonna take that game. Whoa! Check resources lost. Yeah, we did. Just look at that. We had 38k in the end to 63k. Poof. You can go through some numbers here. We did see 189 zealots die. Only 99 marines. Look at that efficiency. 50 marauders to 81 stalkers. Wow. 22 high templars to 20 ghosts. That's comparable. But then we have 14 colossi. I guess the Vikings, 30 Vikings is a huge number. 9 Liberate is also a pretty big number, but the basis is insane, right? He killed 4 planetaries and 1 orbital, and he lost 7 Nexi. Wow. That's so much. It's just so much. Insane. What a game. What a game. Yeah, 30 Vikings. Well then. Thank you everybody for watching. We're approaching the end of the day here, unfortunately. So thank you everybody for checking in. And I hope to see you again next week. Yes, you heard correctly, next week. So weekend is not going to be any streams, but I think it's a long weekend, long break in Japan. We got a Monday thing going on there. The Monday is going to be the holiday Monday. So I'm going to be streaming on Japanese Tuesday again. And we'll be streaming for the rest of the week, I think. 4 days at least, should be. Pix Cup, yeah, maybe Tuesday. Might do Pix Cup, yeah, probably gonna do it. But yeah, for today it's gonna be what's that Japanese time? It's gonna be Wednesday morning for me. There you go. KST or JST is basically like Korean time. I remember GSL times. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. See you next time. Peace. Have a good one.